Oh yeah, you can get it back.
Welcome, everyone, to Season 3, Episode 26, the final episode of
Whoop whoop.
The Wave Kings. Yay!
91, right? Are we 91?
I think we're at 91.
All right.
Sounds good. You're
Mhm.
counting. I'm not. Yes, 91.
Usually I'm pretty good. I might not be on my game today, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. Should be fun.
Hey.
Yeah, so welcome, everyone. Welcome, Tree, and we have a guest, Z,
Hi.
all the way from the sunny beaches of Aruba.
Special guest star.
Yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah. You
Well,
might
we're
have
finally recording. I'm in the same time zone with you.
Yeah.
in the
right?
same time zone. Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Is it Aruba Eastern time zone, or is it Central? Yes, it is Eastern. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of those places are because
Yeah.
I'm Panama and all those like Caribbean
Yeah.
spots. They're all basically in the Eastern time zone.
times.
Yep.
Good. It's a
Checks out.
first. If you might recognize Z, she is a mod on our Discord, so you probably may have seen her in chat if you're on our
Yeah.
Discord server.
Yeah.
Z, I'm gonna put you on the spot because I've never met you, never seen you, never interacted with you. Tell me all the things,
All the things. Okay.
all the things about you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm a huge Wheel of Time fan,
Okay.
obviously, because that's how I got here. And I'm the European time zone mod on this server.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to cover for while you're sleeping. But that's why.
She's
Nice.
the night watch.
Yeah.
The
Night
Night's
Watch.
Watch.
Yeah,
Those
we
that
have, like,
are matching Sapiens.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's why I'm, less active on the streams. If we're talking about Cosmere, I only read like up to Oathbringer,
Okay.
and then a couple of years ago, and then life happened.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was actually really nice catching up on just the last few
Fun.
episodes. Oh wow, that book was really good. I should get back to this. So this
Nice.
is like a really nice opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
You're awesome.
I'm awesome.
And
Yeah.
she's super cute in her little dress.
I hear that checks out. I hear it checks out. That you're awesome.
You are awesome.
Fun times. Good
Well
times.
I
done.
might crush though, because I'm still jet lagged.
Yeah.
It's my
Yeah.
first time this side of the ocean.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. It's your first time coming
Well,
over.
a pleasure
To
to
this
meet
one.
you, by the way.
It's your first time coming over to North America.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've never been this.
Far west.
Well, she
Far.
said she'd never been on this side of the pond, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
it's-
So
Okay.
So I'm
Fun
hoping,
times.
like stay around.
good
Europe
deal.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
be-
been trying to
we'll-
get her to come to Canada for
next
Yeah.
a while now.
Yeah. As I mean, Aruba's a beautiful place, though. I mean, as a Dutch, I don't know, what do they call themselves? It's Dutch owned. Is it colony? It's not colony. It's a Dutch
territory.
territory.
Territory, province.
Territory,
No,
yeah.
not a province.
No, they said they're called a territory.
Because the
Yeah,
ABC
yeah.
Islands, it's Aruba,
Curacao,
Curacao, and something starts with B.
I was gonna say Barbados. No, it's not Barbados.
It's not
No,
Barbados. Barbados
no.
is way over, and I use the
Bahamas?
English.
Yeah.
Bahamas is up
No.
north.
No,
It's
no.
This comes up
It's-
all the time in trivia. The ABCs.
Mhm.
What? Why am I drawing a blank?
Aruba. Bahamas.
I just remember the Curacao because
For Curacao, because
Yeah.
it drank blue Curacao. Yeah.
Barbados. Did we say that one already? No.
No,
I don't know.
Barbados is
I'm
over
geography. I'm just
to
saying E
the
names at this
east.
point.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone in chat might get it, or someone might tell us in the comments at some point. Who knows?
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. If you know what the B is, there is a B island right there. They're all kind of right next to each
Bonaire.
other. Right there above.
Bonaire.
Bonaire.
Oh,
There it is.
I got it right before you,
Bonaire.
Pythos.
Yeah, Bonaire. There it is.
It comes up in trivia all the time. So they're always like, what are the ABC islands? It's Aruba,
We'll never
Curacao,
forget it.
and I never remember
I
the
already
B.
forgot it.
Yeah, Bonaire.
I'll never
Bonaire.
I
forget it.
immediately
Yeah,
forgot what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
I still
Yeah.
get this information.
So where in Aruba are you guys? In Rajasthan? Are you guys over Palm Beach?
Yeah,
Are you
right,
guys near?
that-
Okay.
No, we're in Malmok.
Namak.
That's the
Okay.
street name.
No,
Oh, is it?
it's
I
also.
don't know. They asked me last
The
time. I'm
veg.
like, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm getting off on the airplane.
It's not a
and
big.
thinking
It's not a
about-
big island. Like if you go all the way to the east, you get Baby Beach, which is all the way down, like the very bottom eastern
Yeah.
part of it, and then the golf course is on the western part of the island. Which
Yeah,
is
we're
where-
like on the northern side.
okay,
Uh,
right side.
Yeah.
Odd.
I'm just a little bit distracted at the moment because everyone's out at a restaurant and I asked them to bring me back food and they just sent me the menu and they just ordered. So I'm just like doing that. So I'm
Oh yeah, you do your
Wait a
thing.
minute.
You guys
We'll-
catch
We're
up,
gonna
like,
have a
let them do your
podcast
thing.
where we're talking about food. Never.
never,
You guys-
no,
Never
Food
happens.
only.
No, I just need a moment.
It happens every podcast without fail.
Yeah.
Food is mentioned and discussed at length, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
As it
Uh-huh.
should be.
But speaking of food, this weekend was
Make sure you
Memorial-
get something exotic, by the way, Tree.
I
Oh,
will.
yeah.
Get
All
me
right. Don't get
Then,
something boring like freaking like hamburger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So-
no hamburgers.
No
This
hamburgers.
is all like
Yes, yes,
cakes and
yes.
stuff.
God, nice.
And
There's
when
a
you get
grilled
it-
crab and
And
corn-
when you get it, I want to see the meal on camera. I want you to put it up to the camera and be like, "This
okay,
is
if
what
they
I
come back in
ordered."
time, well, I'm
Come
gonna
back
try
in
that quesadilla for me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, how long? Well, this podcast can probably go an hour. There's no way it's gonna take them that long to get you your food, right?
No, but they're
They're
eating
restaurant.
out.
They're eating
They're
there.
actually eating
Oh,
out.
there's,
they're
like-
eating there, and they're gonna bring you the food. It's not like
Yeah,
a DoorDash
yeah.
situation.
And there's 8
Okay,
of them, so
understood.
Just
understood.
order a Big Mac tree.
there's a crab
Oh,
and
no.
corn quesadilla that I'm gonna try.
Oh no!
Oh, Iris, sorry. Yeah,
Get some
Yeah.
Mickey D's up in there.
Mickey D's.
Oh no!
No.
Please don't.
Speaking of food, we did a cookout last night. Today's Memorial Day here in the States, so we're
Right.
off work today. And yesterday we had some friends over to do a cookout. We did some grilled chicken and some Italian sausages on the grill and some corn. It was good. We had a nice little spread. Kids enjoyed it. Grown-ups
Good
enjoyed it.
deal.
We had a good time. Lots of good food. It was delicious.
I got up
think
early this
we mostly
morning.
had,
Did
like,
the every
Yeah.
Memorial Day and Veterans Day, I always go visit my father at
Okay.
his final resting place, and then I came back home and I made chicken and waffles for my neighbors. Because I mean, I make it all from scratch, and
Wow.
I've gotten so close on the KFC 11 herbs and spices. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like right there at it, so like I can pretty much make KFC. So
Sounds good.
So they were
Really?
excited about it. We did that, and we chopped it up for a long time. Like they didn't leave until like
yeah.
2 in the afternoon. So and I was like, I got to get the rest of my day going. So
Yeah.
luckily, I'm able to make it. But I was about to fall asleep right before this episode. I was like, I want to miss another episode like I did when I went down to Jordan. I
Yeah.
was that close to like sleeping through.
Sleeping through it.
Yeah,
I hear you. Yeah, today was
snoozing through.
today was a long day for us because I took the kids. I asked my wife what she wanted for Memorial Day, and she wanted just to have a day to like reset the house. So I was like, I'll just take all the kids out. So we went on a massive, all 3 kids on a massive adventure. We started out at the Air and Space Museum in Hampton, the NASA Air and Space Museum. So
Yeah.
we did that in the morning, and then we drove across the James River, took the ferry back across Surrey. Went to a park there to hang out. They have a zip line, a little playground park, and then went to the outlets, which they have a Lego store up there. It's not an official
Yeah,
Lego
they
store.
do.
It's like it's bricks and minifigures is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can find like all the rare little people of Legos, and my kids love the little characters, so we could go find some stuff you can't normally find because it's not like a normal like set store where it's like sets. It's like you can find like the offshoot like random Lego that you need for your set.
So now I have only been to Lego stores in Denmark. So I feel like I am ruined for Legos. I'm probably going to go to a Lego store in the States and probably be disappointed. I've never been to a Lego store otherwise.
I was disappointed when I went to Legoland and went to their Lego store, and I was disappointed.
I haven't been to
was like,
Legoland either. So I
And
feel
it's
like
Legoland.
I've probably been ruined because I went there and the stuff they had built
yeah.
was insane.
Yeah.
And this is like the home of freaking Lego. So
Yeah.
it was amazing. And I'm like, I don't think I should ever go to a regular Lego store. I think I'll probably go in there and be like, trash it. Because I'm like, oh, this is not up to standards. You know?
Yeah.
Along
Yeah.
with you
We'll
and your
see.
high standards.
But I don't know why in the world that was like the first Lego store I've ever No. I take that back. I did go to the one in New York City. I did go to the one in New York City, but it was years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
that-
Was that the M&M
And that one
store?
probably doesn't count either because that's
Is there a Lego store in New York City? Somebody
Yeah.
correct me.
yes.
Because that's back when I used to go to New York all the time, and I haven't been there like for a minute. So
Yeah.
I could, but I do remember the M&M store, which is hot
Yeah.
because they got like every color M&M you want. They can print your name on the M&M. Well, at least they could back in the day.
Yeah.
Print your name on the M&Ms, but they were expensive to get your name printed on M&M.
Yeah.
Crazy expensive. Like
Okay,
they can do that with Oreos. You
See,
can get your names and stuff printed on Oreos.
Ipa from Finland's here. See, you could show up.
Oh,
Z.
Ipa. That's
Ipa.
right.
Ipa.
Yeah. Because infamously, I was like going to try to reach out when we traveled to Finland, not last year, but year before,
Yeah.
see if it worked out. Yeah. And then of course, Ipa been on the podcast.
He has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ipa
Alright.
needs to come back on though.
Yeah.
Well, the time difference
The time's
rough.
I
It's
know.
I mean, it's so bad.
know.
It's basically look. The sun is still sleeping when
Mhm.
when we're recording here. So he's like, I mean, he'd have to get up earlier.
I know.
He says, "I hope you enjoyed Helsinki."
Oh, I did. It was so artistic. I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
They had a nice soccer, scene over there too, which I loved. Like again, a lot of art, a lot of soccer, not much whiskey, which I was a little disappointed by, but everything else
Because
I
it's a
loved.
vodka place. It's not a whiskey.
Mhm.
Exactly. It was like vodka everywhere, which I'm not really a vodka head. I'm like really into whiskey, so didn't really have a lot of options. But I mean,
Mhm.
most of the stuff I got was from elsewhere, sourced elsewhere from within Europe. So I got some options. It just wasn't like,
Finland is a
My
beer
favorite
country. Beer.
oh yeah, that's right. There was a lot of beer, and I'm
they
not
also,
a beer person.
And also, they like gin. I do like
Oh,
gin.
you
Were
like
you just in
gin?
Finland?
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of gin in Finland. I shouldn't have asked. I probably asked the wrong question. I probably asked them about
Like
whiskey,
I think,
and they were
I
like,
think gin. I
whatever.
think either English or Netherlands. Like I think Dutch for gin.
I mean, but
That's-
gin is just vodka with juniper. I mean, so
I know.
No,
that
it's
sounds
still from
amazing. Just
different-
take, it's the same
it's
thing,
Still
right?
from different thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still
Not
potatoes.
wheat.
But
Still
I
right.
should have asked about gin. If I ever circle back through there again, I'll make sure I ask about the gin situation because I was not aware.
Were you
Okay.
only in Finland on that trip?
Say again?
Were you
You would-
only in Finland?
Oh no, I did Sweden, Norway, Finland, and then Denmark.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the-
So all the
the little
Scandinavian.
Yeah, so basically Scandinavia and Finland. So I kind of did the peninsula and then went up and went over to Finland and then popped over to Denmark and then hit Iceland and then came home. Iceland was like a longer trip. It was supposed to be a layover, but it ended up being a lot longer because the airport's closed down because of it's a nor'easter here. I don't know what they call it there, but it was like a winter storm.
Yeah.
And it basically like we got stuck there for like a few days. So
Mhm.
but it was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, nice people. The whole time, very nice people. Loved everybody I met there. The coolest freaking people. Love y'all.
Okay. Well, we got a lot of chapters to cover tonight. I didn't even list them all out because it's a lot of them. So
It's a lot of chapters, but they're short, so
They are short, but they're all
There's
different.
A lot of information.
There's a lot of information.
it's kind of an exposition dump, isn't it?
It is.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of setup for the next book, obviously.
You can tell. Yeah.
You can tell. Yeah. But it's also a lot of kind of loose ends being wrapped up, but also a lot of cliffhangers being left just to know where the plot's going next. Kind of. So it's a bridge section to talk about. Okay, we had the big reveal with the last part with the shard blade and the justice thing and like all the loose ends tied up after the tower. And now it's kind of like, all right, let's wrap everything up in a nice little neat little bow and add some cliffhangers for where we're going next.
It's like
So-
It's like episode 8, like or 9 in a 10. I'm sorry. It's like the last episode, like the 9th episode out of 10. Well, it's like in a
Mhm.
TV series, right?
Yeah,
The
well,
9th
yeah.
episode is the big battle and everything happens, and this one is like tying the ends
Yeah.
and setting up the next season.
That's exactly what it is
Yeah.
like.
It's very Game of Thrones.
Very yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we'll start with back in Shalon, which we haven't seen at all in last part. So we
Missed
wondered where.
her.
Yeah, last time we saw Shalon, like she was just being kicked out by Yasan. She was just like, "I'm gonna try to figure out a way to stay," and we switch to Kaladin Dalinar, and we haven't seen her since. So, chapter 70, Sea of Glass. Shallan is laying in her hospital bed, just thinking about her actions and Capsule's death and everything like that. And she's just trying to recall all the events of what led up to the poisoning and trying to add things up and wondering about Yasna, because Yasna ate the bread too. And she's really bothered by this. She's like, she ate it too. Like, why did she not get hurt from it? And she's trying to put the pieces together. And Shallan's no dummy either. So she's logically trying to figure this out. So that's where kind of we start this chapter. So thoughts about one, Shallan's revelation, and two, and then we'll get into the actual conversation when Yasna comes in. But
it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like the only hint we got was Shallan drew a picture of Yasna making the bread goopy.
Yeah.
And then somehow from that goopy bread, she put all of this together without
Exactly.
Well,
well,
she knew-
It's like, what?
I felt like we were really reaching there. I felt like Sanderson was really reaching here. He was like kind of like,
Yeah.
I'm
But
trying to make
then-
something out of nothing. I was like,
But she knew the bread was poisoned. She knew that because that was announced. And she knew Yasna ate the bread. But it didn't affect Yasna. And she suspected, I guess, something about like soul casting. That it was a broken soul caster. Like that. How did Yasna not know for like weeks that her soul caster wasn't working? Unless it never did work.
Yeah. The one thing that messes with my brain about that is that when she attacked those guys in the alley,
Mhm.
2 of the gems broke. So she did use the soulcaster in some capacity.
Right.
yeah, I had all the questions about this because the math wasn't mathing for me.
Yeah.
So I was
Maybe-
like,
Yeah.
And maybe she was like using the soulcaster as a distraction all the time, right? Like she would
So she also broke the gems in it?
not on
Or
purpose.
maybe they're not broken. Maybe she was using the stormlight from them or something.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
what Kaladin does. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she might be sucking the stormlight out of him.
I don't know. It wasn't really clear, but I don't know.
Right.
I felt a little bit bullshit.
and yeah, I gotta admit, this one sounded sus all around.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in real world, us reading the book, not in universe. Us reading
Sure.
the book, it sounded sus, like he was trying to like create some mystery about this, and then like, oh, Scooby-Doo revealed the thing, and I'm like, no, this doesn't check out with me. I was like, I
Yeah.
like when you put the breadcrumbs there that we can follow.
Right.
This one felt like it came just like,
Out of
hey,
nowhere.
have you heard of left field? And it slaps you in the face. I'm like, no. This is, nope. This is not checking out with me. So
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like it was like, you know how sometimes they do a reveal. I mean, of course we did Mistborn.
Yeah.
Some of those reveals were like, damn it, if I had just paid attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This one,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like there was like, oh, if you paid attention, you could have figured it out. There was like all the clues. No, I feel like this one was like, it was like a literary device.
Yeah. I don't
That's the
know
reason
how
why I was
Shallan
like-
put the pieces together. Like she's clever and all, but
Yeah, but none of it checked out for me.
I think
Sure.
it was a risk for her to go up to Yasna and accuse her of those things.
Yeah.
It was a risk for sure.
But she does.
Yeah.
She walks
Play
right
that?
up in her hospital gown, just like walks right up to Yasna and her conclave. It's like, so I know your soulcaster's fake. And Yasna's like,
Yeah.
didn't I already dismiss you? Like,
Well, first
why-
she's like, get out of here. You
yeah,
shouldn't
why are
even
you
be
even here? Like, why are you even here?
What the fuck you doing here? She's like,
She says, you want to explain
Your
this?
joint's fake.
It holds
Your
up
joint's
a
fake.
picture of Shadesmar, like shows the picture, of all the,
Mhm.
and then it's just like, how do you know where that is? She's like, because I've been there. Like, it's like, you remember that
Mic
time?
drop.
Remember the time that I spilled over the thing and cut my wrist accidentally? And no, I was trying to cover because I've been to Shadesmar. And Yasna's kind of trying to call her bluff. She's like, bullshit. Like, you haven't been there. And she's like, all right, I'll show you. I'll just go right now. And she reaches out to these voices that she's hearing. She's like, can I go there now? And it's like, you have to tell me the truth. And she's like, yes, she's a fake soulcast. She's like, better one than that. We ain't taking that crap. Something about you. Like, we need something better. She finally was like, I killed my father. that's a good one. And
Right, which is I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to
Spill the
be
tea, girl.
yeah,
yeah, all the tea,
all the tea, yeah.
Because I thought she was going to be like, yeah, we had this whole like deceptive ruse we're going to put on to actually try to get the Soulcaster, et cetera, et cetera. Nope, she's like, kill my pops. It was like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
guess
one.
if that's what if that's the sacrifice you got to put up.
Yep.
Okay.
And she falls right in and immediately starts to fall through the beads, like sinking down. Like feels something grab her from below and start pulling her down.
Right.
And before it was different, where she had a little bit more control, and this time she doesn't. But before she knows anything, the beads start to part, and Yasna's there and chases her with her and pulls her out. And was like, "Yeah, you're not supposed to go to Shadesmar without any spheres. Like, if you can't draw in Stormlight, that's not safe to be in Shadesmar. Like, to do what we do. Like, okay, I believe you now. You can do what we can do, but you're doing it wrong. Like, so I guess I'm gonna have to keep you. Like." Because you're gonna kill yourself and you don't understand what you're doing right now. And I don't know if Yasna really understands it that much more, but she's more of a scholar, obviously.
Yeah, she sounds a lot less confident all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now that like the veil has gotten pulled back, the swagger is also dropped, right?
Right.
The swagger's gone now. She's like, I'm not nearly as cool as you thought I thought I was.
Yeah,
you think that I thought I was that you thought that kind of it's not the same dynamic now, right?
Realized that actually Yasna had soulcast the jam, and that's why it tasted so bad. It tasted like it had gone bad. It's because she had actually changed the jam, which was the antidote.
Right, that was the antidote. Was jam, and I was like, okay, which does check out because I was like, why would he make jam that was like tasted bad considering that all the jam is made up now?
If it's like the poison, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, but Yasna.
I mean, I was like, but because the whole thing kind of sounded like desperation when it happened, right? It's like he makes his jam, but it tastes like donkey ass, and you're like, why would he put donkey ass jam on the bread? What? It doesn't check out. And then it's like, okay, well, if that was the desperate move to basically subvert the poisoning, and then I get it, but at the time I was like, why would you it's going to be nasty? I mean, I would immediately spit it out, right? If it was like that bad, I wouldn't be like, I mean, I guess some people are polite and they'll be like, oh, this is that donkey jam I've been looking for, but most people could be like, spit it out, right?
Like
so,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So
you said something interesting earlier about like you said, why does she hide the thing? Why does she pretend she has a soulcaster? Like, why doesn't she just let people know she can do this thing? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
Which she?
Yeah.
Yasna?
Yasna. Like, why would
she
Yasna
pretend?
Yeah. Like, what do you guys think? I said maybe it's just too fresh, like too new. Maybe.
She also hasn't
supposed to be able to soulcast.
I think it's because, and this is my interpretation, having a soulcaster is a known entity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the deal is when you have one. You know how the dynamics work. You know the rules and engage. When you don't use that, then you're in this unknown territory. And it's like,
and history will tell
it would put people at unease, right?
Yeah,
so it's like it's better just to put people in the known space than an unknown space,
right? And I'll add something to this as well. And history will tell you, at least on earthly history, it's a religious society that she's in. She's already a known heretic, and now she can do magic too, like without the normal things.
Burn
do
the
magic.
Witch.
Yeah, burn the witch. Burn her. Like literally, historically, that won't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't go over well, especially
you're
for
already
women.
a heretic
Throughout most of known history.
Yeah, for most
when
known
you can
history,
do something that's not been known before, and you were like, out and like can do something extraordinary,
and you were already a heretic, and someone, that would not.
History is not kind to women. We know the deal, guys.
Yeah.
We know the deal.
The Ardentia
is
she
not
would
always
have, yeah.
kind to women
No,
either.
true. So
Absolutely true. Absolutely. Yes.
mhm.
Here. So that's the reason I think that she was like keeping it kind of under wraps is because of that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like, dealing with an unknown to entity, and because all that does is foment fear, right?
Mhm.
It's like, oh man, well, she can do something and we don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Murder! You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And you don't put yourself in a situation. Just be like, oh yeah, I've got this gemstone. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, and Shalon just pretty much lays it all out, saying like, "Listen, I'm sorry for everything that happened." Explain exactly what she was trying to do, and she just lays it all out. Like, my family's destitute. I was trying to steal. I've already told you all this, but I'm telling you again. Like, but at this point, you need me. I need you. We have this thing. It's important. And Yasna finally is like, okay, but you have the promise never to lie or steal from me ever again.
Good
And
luck with that.
Think it will work?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, how much trust is that gonna establish though for the two of them? I don't know.
0.
yeah, 0. But she does give him.
Yeah,
She does give her the notes saying, "You want to know who the Voidbringers are? Here's these notes." And that's how we end this chapter. We'll talk about it the next time a couple chapters later. When she reads
That
the
was
notes.
kind of a mic drop too. What did you think about that, Alondo?
Well, that comes a couple chapters later when you find out.
Yeah, we'll get there. We got time. We got time. We're gonna get there. But thank you for asking the question, because
Yeah.
I got thoughts. I got
No,
Yes.
I'm excited to hear them.
okay.
Yeah. So anything from chapter 70 before we move to 71, recorded in blood.
Mm-mm.
Another interesting mic drop here. Lots of mic drops coming to the end. So this is Zeth chapter. So Zeth's in the streets of Kerbranth, making his way towards the king's palace because it's the last name on his list.
Making his
It's
way.
to go kill King Tarvangian. Making his way downtown. Yeah.
I was drinking tree.
I know. It was perfect.
All right. Go ahead.
So, using a sharp blade, he cuts a hole in the servant's privy to access the king's portion of the palace. Seth easily subdues Teravigian's guards, gets into his study, and right before he's about to kill Teravigian, Teravigian's like, good, like Emperor Palpatine type style. Like, you fulfilled
I didn't get that kind of vibe, but I mean, I can see your vibe, but I didn't get that vibe.
You didn't get
So.
that? Good.
I'm not yucky or yum. I'm just saying I didn't get that vibe like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think he has altruistic intentions,
You think so?
but when you're considering the fact that he's basically created the kill list, you're like, oh, and he seems like this old, nice, feeble man.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, we gotta look out for him because people are gonna be gunning at him, and nope.
Yeah.
It's like the whole time he was like, I killed your moose, I killed your cow, I killed your people, I killed your rulers, I killed your cousins. He was like, I'm just slaughtering people left and right. And then he was like, and I put my own name on the list to make sure,
In case you ever got
that
caught.
I could,
Plausible
if there's any
deniability.
aspersions thrown at me, I could cast them aside, right? He's like, you can't come at me. I'm on the list.
I'm on the
Why
hit
would I
list.
put my own name on the list?
Where
That
is
sounds like
this
something.
list?
That sounds like something a gangster would say. The mafioso would say,
That's
"Why would I
how
put my own name on my hitman's list?" That kind of thing. So, yeah.
Mhm.
He's crafty, but I mean, I don't think it's as black and white. It's not as
Yeah.
black and white as they're trying to portray. Like, oh, he was good, now he's evil. I'm like, nah.
I think saying he's altruistic is a
When
little
Kelsier,
bit
when Kelsier wants to kill all the rulers, people love him. But when Teravigian does it, everyone hates him.
Hey, that's a good point. Because Kelsier was gunning for everybody. He was like Gary Oldman. Everybody. He wanted everybody gone, right?
Yeah.
Oh shoot! All right.
But yeah, so what are you saying, Tree?
Oh, I said we're freezing. We're starting
Oh.
to freeze.
Okay.
No.
Oh, my YouTube is because I'm watching my YouTube and my YouTube has stopped. So I'm like, maybe.
Oh no, you guys are like
You're fine.
crystal
You're fine.
clear. You're
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Very good.
Look, if you guys start to freeze, I promise I will like throw up a hand signal or something and say, "Y'all freezing."
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just not moving because we're listening so intently.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, but you're the one that says you think you're freezing.
Maybe.
We don't
I mean,
see
right
it.
now I'm boiling hot. We're both sunburned to crap right now. Like,
That's right.
But I'm more
y'all
like
like y'all
But
like
you're
two
more
hot
like-
dogs right now.
yeah, you're more like,
on my ass.
yeah, yours is your butt. Yeah.
What?
I was saying, I think it might be hard to say Taravangian is like altruistic at this moment. Like, I don't think we have enough information yet.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
I mean, he's a
killing-
mass murderer.
He's a
at
mass
this
murderer.
point.
And remember all those epigraphs we've been hearing about those like 5-year-olds and other children and
Yeah, we get to
Like,
that.
now we
where-
know-
Yeah.
Now we
no,
know where
I'm
they all
not-
come
I'm not
from.
talking about that part yet. I'm not talking about that part yet.
well, it's all
Yeah,
All I'm talking about is the
Because
kill
murdering,
list
like the
Kill list.
rulers is like
All
okay,
I'm
maybe
talking
he
about
has
is the
some-
kill
yeah.
list from Zeth. That's all I'm talking about. I
Okay.
haven't gotten to that part.
Okay,
We will
the
get
rulers
to
are one thing.
The rulers, yeah.
And he was like, you can't build anything. You can't make an omelet
Right.
without cracking a few eggs, you know?
Yeah.
again. I hadn't gotten to that part yet. We're gonna get
Okay,
there.
I'm sorry.
I'm just
Alonzo.
talking about the list of people, and he was like, "Well, you gotta do the thing," and I'm like trying to like kind of
Yeah.
understand it. We have not gotten to the end of the chapter yet
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
because
But
then
Teravention
thoughts
says, like,
change.
Yeah, but Teravention says, I know something's coming, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I need to strengthen Roshar for what's coming.
Right.
And just kind of confused, like, let me show you. Come on, and let me show you my secret passage. And they go to the back
Here
or
we go.
whatever.
Here
and they
we
go
go.
to like this hospital type area of the wing, and there's just people dying everywhere and like blood being slowly drained out of them. And he's like, yeah, so not everyone does this, but sometimes when people die, they're making prophecies. And we figured out from recording all these prophecies that something really bad's coming. So we're just killing massive amounts of people right now. And so by deducing from random death rattles and obituaries, obitugraphs, we are we're going to put 2 and 2 together and start killing off
By the way,
rulers.
TM that. We're gonna
Yeah.
TM that.
We're gonna go ahead and get that ball rolling and make sure we're
Get that.
strong.
Get that
for
locked
whatever's
in.
coming. Yeah. So now we get this other side of Terrorvention. That's
So this is where the script
mhm.
immediately flips. And then I was like, wait, you went from being altruistic to now not observing people dying and wanting to hear what they have to say. You were actively
helping people
Complicit.
die.
mass murder.
complicit
Yes, mass
in
murder.
the murder of people. And I was like, wait a minute. Wait, whoa, wait. And that's when I was like, now I changed over. But I'm just saying at the beginning part when he was talking about, hey, I was gonna take out these rulers, et cetera, I was like, oh, he knows something about the desolation, something. Then this happens, and I'm like, but you're just trying to capture the thoughts of people who are dying. Now, I understand that you want to figure out why this is happening, and you understand what all these things mean, but you are accelerating people's deaths. And I was like, what the actual F, my guy? What? And then I was like, gonna go research, because then an actual obituograph comes out, and I was like, is this one of the ones that we've heard? And I was like, I'm sure I'll look it up later and find out. But I wasn't gonna look it up.
But
I'm pretty sure, because it sounded, 2 things happened in this book that sounds like something I've already heard before.
mhm.
This is the first one. So I was like, gonna go back and look it up and see where it might have happened before. But not that it's a big deal, but I just wanted to see if I could just see like beat for beat where that exact phrase came from. Because it sounded too familiar. Because it was a boy, right? Young boy
Yeah.
that does the obituograph like right there in the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it the hospital. Air
Yeah, I'm
quotes.
trying to remember which one. It was young boy. So let me see.
It just sounded so familiar. It sounded like verbatim something we heard earlier.
Is it? No, it's not that one. There's a bunch of little kids ones too.
Yeah,
But
no.
it just because I mean the kids ones were the ones that I remembered because they were just brutal to hear, right? And so
So when
this
you
one
go back and read all of the Oh, I think it's this one, is it? I've seen the end. I've heard the name, the Night of Sorrows, the True Desolation, the Everstorm. That's chapter 5's a Bitchograph.
Is that the one that said here?
Subject was a dark-eyed youth. I think it might have been. I can't remember. I don't have the book in front of me right now.
And of course, I did the audiobook, so I don't have the text in front of me, unfortunately. But I figured I will look it up later. Don't stress it, Alan, too much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
But
not
even
trying to give you like a
when you're going back, it's like one of our own ardents. Like you're looking back at like you're going back through it. Like then it becomes like a lot more real. like that when you read like the recordings on it, it's like one of our own ardents. Like so, it's like, oh, this is our all Terafingians notes. Like
right.
Yeah. Anyway.
And so
Which
many
I
people
said
are complicit.
Mm-hmm.
Say again.
So many people are complicit, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean,
And,
you know, none of these, and I'm not saying this is just in the book. I'm talking about even in real life. These things don't happen in a vacuum. There's like a whole system of people that have to be, you know, basically complimenting or complicit in these actions, right? Which is unfortunate. I mean, and they've turned a blind eye to the atrocity they're committing,
right?
Which is unfortunate, but I mean,
It's for the greater good, right?
For the
Just
greater
like
good. Oh my god, I love that movie. By the way, that's what's the cop movie? Well, the cop movie with that Edgar Wright did. He did the trilogy, the Cornetto trilogy. What's the first movie? It's Shaun of the Dead, and then it's I can't remember the second movie. Hot Fuzz. Thank you. Good God, I cannot believe I forgot that.
I have no idea.
Anyway, Hot Fuzz. Anyway, and that's like the end of the spoiler of the movie is that they all say for the greater good. That's the mantra they say the whole
because we don't know what the greater good is yet, but he sounds like he's trying to do it for good reasons, you know?
Yeah, but
and all the people that are with it just also obviously think it's probably,
right.
They probably think they're doing it because they have to, because they're going to save the world or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Because the support system to make this thing happen is got to be monumental. I mean, you got to, first of all, you got to go out and find these people. You got to have a system that's set up to basically keep them quiet and then make them disappear. I mean, it's rough.
I think the problem with that is like if you actually see what you're doing is giving you some, you know, like for the greater good. I'm not sure at this point with recording all those, you know, last words, if they actually have some action or some benefit from that. They're just think it might give something.
That's a good point.
It's not like they see actual value.
That's
already.
right.
So
yeah, there's no empirical evidence that says there's anything that comes out of this, right?
Yeah.
You're recording it, great, but I mean, name one benefit tangible benefit they've gotten out of this information. So far, I haven't seen the evidence.
Nope.
Exactly.
They're like maybe.
So you can argue, yeah, okay, we're killing people because we're getting real benefit from this. Here it's like we might maybe someday get something.
And not everyone they kill, they get something from it. They have to kill a lot of people just to get little snippets. So it's like
this sounds like, and I mean, I hate to bring it back to real world, but this sounds like the torture that happened after the Patriot Act, and they were like, you know, we're going to try and find the people that did 9/11, and they tortured how many people, and how much credible evidence did they get out of that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was all for the greater good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's real world. So, I mean, if you take that back and tie it back to this book, it's the same thing. It's like, how much credible intel did you get out of collecting this stuff? And
torture doesn't bring out credible intel anyway.
Never brings out credible evidence.
Because eventually it gets so bad. Time and time again. You'll just say whatever. You can say whatever they want to hear. Like, so you'll start tortured. Like,
I would tell you anything and everything.
Yeah.
Anything. And people are like, no, I would never give up. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would be in this situation.
But you'll start, even if you did do something, if you're tortured, you'll just say you did it.
Shoot.
So you'll stop the torture.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'd be like, Tree's a mass murderer.
If you tortured me, I'd probably agree to that.
Me and Tree up there together.
We're live.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I would kill a housefly. Come on now.
Okay.
That's true.
I live out the window.
Now that's true. I'm not being tortured. I have not been coerced into that statement.
Yeah.
As Ian always points out, the will reads, torture equals
Ian.
bad intel.
Absolutely.
Hi,
Oh my
Ian.
gosh.
Hi,
Yeah.
Ian.
Yeah.
What's going on, dude? Always good to see you, man.
Yep. So, and then at the very end of all this, Teravangian turns to Seth and is like, yeah, because of recent events, I was hoping to avoid this, but yeah, he's made himself a problem now. So I'm going to add a name to that list. Dalinar.
Dalinar.
Boom.
Dum dum dum.
Yeah.
Which I knew that was coming. I mean,
Yeah.
he slow played, dragging out the name that he was going to put on the list. And I was like, it's going to be Dalinar. Come on. It's going to be Dalinar. It's going to be Dalinar. And I was like waiting for it. And he's like,
Dalinar.
and I was like, oh no. I was expecting that. Oh, come on.
Does it
I mean,
still seem altruistic at this point?
Yeah.
no, again,
Yeah.
I was thinking at the beginning of the chapter, I was like, oh, maybe he's got a greater good purpose. And then it was like Dalinar. I was like, what? Wait.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay. You were deaf.
Yeah.
As if
Yeah.
hospital killings didn't already cement him in the annals of evildoers. Nope. This was the moment. It's like, hey, see that cliff? He went over the cliff of evil.
Mhm.
He's there now. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yep. And
I
that's how we.
Oh, sorry,
What?
Alan.
No, I was gonna say that's how we
Yeah, I
end it.
was- Okay.
Go ahead.
Was wondering if the people that he's killing already had some kind of uncurable illness, and they were just gonna die anyway. and he
No,
was
not
just
all
like,
of them.
No.
No.
No, not all.
He
of
said
them.
it started
So,
with those.
It sounded like it started with
Yeah.
okay.
people
Yeah.
that were terminal, and
Yeah.
then it just kind of was like, and then
We
he
need
was
more
like,
bodies. We need more bodies.
Uh-huh.
So he's just picking people
The
up off the
bodies hit
street
the
and
floor.
putting them
No,
in-
The bodies hit the
maybe-
floor.
Oh, because the screaming. They kept bringing up the screaming.
No, the screaming is different. The screaming is like in Seth's head.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what I thought until in this moment when we're trying to like piece it all together again. That
No,
maybe
it's
he did
just-
hear people screaming in another room, and they knew it was coming. Skeeter!
Skeeter!
I know, I kidnapped her.
And did Ian and did Ipa? Yeah, we're all here
I
tonight.
know, it's crazy.
What a night.
All the
And she was
people.
Skeeter. Oh no.
And there's a Pythos too. The Pythos is here with
And
his
There's a
Pythos.
Pythos in here too. That's right. That's right.
We're always happy to see Pythos, of course.
Good times. We got a lot of people. Good
Yeah.
times. Yeah. Anything else from 71?
No, it's a good chapter though. I mean,
Yeah.
in general, I liked it.
Yeah.
I like kind of like the Scooby Doo reveal.
Mhm.
He was the villain the whole
Scooby-Doo.
time.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
predictions about like the Dalinar
Where this is
set?
gonna go? Yeah.
I know. I get nothing on this.
Okay.
Prediction wise, I mean, I said Dalinar was going to die before the end of the book.
Like this
Mhm.
book? No.
Yeah, I said that. I said that like 2 episodes ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he wasn't making it out of this book. And I was like, it ain't going to happen. So,
Like a Ned Stark.
yeah, exactly like a Ned Stark. And so I was really waiting for him to meet his end in these last few chapters. So when his name came up, I was like waiting for the next few chapters. Like he was gonna be like, I just over here having my Captain Crunching, and then Seth comes in, and, and he's like, I thought for sure that was gonna happen, and it didn't happen. I was like, oh well, there's that. So I guess I'm wrong on that front, but he is marked for death. So
Yeah.
He's got the
But
black
I-
spot.
Yeah.
what I tell you guys, I told you he is not meant to have happiness, especially not with his lady. It is not gonna happen.
But they did hook up though.
They
Mhm.
kind of hooked
Oh,
up.
they totally did.
Headcanon.
Yeah.
Man, she got some fantasies. She got some fantasies. Uh-uh.
Up together. were
They
in
did
bed
not hook
together.
up. Nope.
It was like
nope.
a Smash the Black opening where they're like.
Mhm.
I like the fact you used the word smash.
But
But no, they did
I
not.
didn't. Alana
You said
said they were
smash.
never
Nope.
going to sleep together, and I said,
No.
"I'll
Star-crossed lovers called it right here.
You
It's
said one of
happening.
them's gonna die before they sleep together.
You damn straight.
No, they
Done.
totally did it in my head.
They haven't slept
In her
together.
head.
Well, they slept together.
Yeah, okay, Z, they did sleep together. But they didn't really that. You know.
All right.
Come on.
All
on,
right.
let me have this. One more.
Fine.
Joy.
Free.
Seventy-
I'll let you have it today because I'm not trying to ruin your vacation. But
Thank you.
How
but
considerate.
I know.
I do
All
my
right.
part. I'm a very magnanimous individual.
Speaking of more reveals that maybe or may not happen, chapter 72, Versatilian. Before
Wait, what's it
reading-
called?
Versatilian? Versatilian? Versatilian?
I don't
Sounds
remember
like
that
I made
name.
that
Okay.
word.
I don't remember that word at all. So
It's one of those like made up words, I think. Like they had
Okay.
trouble. Yeah.
Totally.
I don't remember
Um,
it. So looking forward to hearing what that means.
Yeah. Well, before reading Yasna's notes on the Voidbringers, Shalon was really quizzing her more about, her soul casting and how she said she wasn't good at organic material, but she saw her do blood. And Yasna's like, well, blood's one of the essence. It's different. Like strawberry jam, I'd never seen that before. So like, I didn't know what I was doing. Like blood, I can do. I can do blood. That's easy to soul cast. But like things I don't know, like strawberry jam, like I don't know. I just kind of guessed.
Yeah.
So-
Funny.
Especially since like Yasmin doesn't like jam at all. It's so funny that
Yeah.
she made it something really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that
checks
does
out.
check out, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Shalon just has like a million questions about soul casting and about everything. And Yasna's like, yeah, we can talk about all that, but the notes that I gave you, the Voidbringers, let's talk about that. And she's like, what about them? And Shalon's like, yeah, there's a lot of myths that scholars have come up with about Voidbringer fabrications and things like that. But yeah, let's just read the notes on it. And she finally goes down to read them. And get the big reveal that she's like, this can't be. And she's like, think about it. If you defeat someone, you don't just kill them off if you can use them. We did kill the Voidbringers. We enslaved them. It's so
The moment they said they fight with music in her notes, like she found that, I was like, oh shit. It's the
Yeah.
Parshendi.
the Parshendi.
Yeah.
They find out that they fight with music, and you see that when they do their chants and they sing their rhythms and sing their songs when they're fighting, all in unison. And so we learned that the Parshmen were the Voidbringers, and
Suspected to be the
Suspect-
Voidbringer, by the
suspected,
way.
yes.
Let's make sure we just
Okay.
put that
suspected
disclaimer
Voidbringers.
out there.
Is it the
Suspect.
But
Parshmen
if
or is it
it's-
the Parshendi? Or are they
Both.
all just the same?
Both.
Well, I think it's the Parchment, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Learning.
because they're the ones who are subjugated, and then
Yeah.
the Parshendi are kind of treated a little differently, right? They're
Right.
like almost like a
They're the ones that were not enslaved.
Almost
yeah.
like a different.
Yeah,
Right.
It's almost like the Parshendi are the
it's like a
ones that don't get
subsect
caught.
of that community,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I
It's
would
almost
say
like
right
they've been
now,
enslaved and then like
But
they have
if
built
all
this
of the
society.
Voidbringers are all in every community, everywhere, and in every single palace already, and every single nook and cranny of the entire civilization,
That's creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. And they take their ingredients
sorry, and
make
I
their
know
food, like,
the whole
And they're-
time I'm listening to this, all I thought of is, oh, so these are terrorist men.
Like sleeping.
These
Yeah.
are this is
Yeah,
like
the
Syed,
yeah.
yeah,
the
Sayed.
Sayed, I'm sorry, the
Is it-
Sayed,
yeah.
the terrorist men. This is the same vibe
Mhm.
all over again because the terrorist men were like,
in every,
I mean,
or
the
like servants,
pinnacle,
yeah.
the pinnacle of that society and this
Mhm.
subjugated class.
did
And I was like, this is like recycling the same
No,
thing
this-
again,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
Huh?
Tracy hasn't read Mistborn.
it's okay.
Oh, so in
It's
Mistborn,
fine. It's fine. It's not TBR,
I mean,
but
Alan can probably
spoilers
explain it in
now
like
will
22
be out there.
seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, there's a whole group called terrorist men inside Mistborn that are servants.
and it's the same kind of situation though. They have a lot of powers. They get their power differently than like
Everyone
than everybody else does. Theirs is done. It doesn't make a difference how they do it, but they have crazy amount of power,
Mhm.
and their capability actually supersedes everybody else, even those who were in godlike state, which is the reason why they were subjugated to make sure they could not challenge who's on the throne. And I feel like this is the same situation over again. You know, so I feel like Brandon Sanderson is probably kind of creating equivalency, and you're supposed to just kind of pick up on the fact that this is like another situation where this is going to happen, where the subjugated class could rise up and take over everything, which is why they're subjugated.
Yeah,
that's my guess.
And there's, I mean, and going back to history, because I'm a history major and I like history. I mean, there's been cases in the real world where entire civilizations were at the whims of their subjugated class because of how large it got. And Sparta was a good example. And you said maybe like 300 and everything. Like why they only sent 300 men to fight the Persians and that kind of stuff. The reason being is because Spartans were huge on capturing people and making them slaves. They had a giant slave population. And if they marched their army out to go fight, the slaves would revolt. So they could they could defend really, really well their own city state, but they could never go and do exterior, conquering type battles because they would implode from within. Yeah.
We just wanted to get cozy for story.
You guys have the most fucking comfy looking setup right now.
We're so
where's my
comfy.
bed? Where's my bed at?
Well, you can come to Aruba. We have a huge bed.
Oh, sure. Let me just hop, skip, and a jump right there, and I'll be right there.
Yeah.
I wish. Nah.
All week.
Hey, look. I'm just jealous. I'm super jealous.
It's
ladies,
but
lock it down. Lock it down.
It is a girls' trip, though, so we've already been warned. We're not allowed.
Whoa! I would never, ever get in a situation where I break that situation. Ladies, do your thing. Absolutely enjoy the snuggliness that is that situation.
That is girls' trip. Yep.
That's girls' trip.
It is girls' trip. Absolutely.
There's 10 of
you. Look,
yeah,
I'm toasting to you. I'm toasting to you, ladies. All ladies on your girls' trip. Y'all have a good time. Cheers.
And they're all like pretty freaking badass women.
Oh yeah.
Like everyone here is so freaking cool. It's
I can only imagine.
And their stories, like.
Tree, I don't think you're the kind of person that would hang out with some people that aren't badass, right? I mean, that's probably not your vibe, right? I mean,
no, I mean these are all Amisa's friends, so we figured
she's a badass.
And she's a badass, so we figured that we had that same thought. We're like, Amisa can hang out with people.
It checks out. It checks out, Tree. There you go. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm happy y'all are having a good time. Absolutely. Just don't get any more sunburns, please.
I'll try not to.
We'll be more careful tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we're doing.
Yeah. Make sure you get the SPF 300.
Yeah, we're doing snorkeling tomorrow. So
no.
Ooh.
Oh, on Wednesday?
Yeah.
I thought snorkeling was tomorrow, and then Wednesday is
it's pancakes tomorrow.
Yeah, and snorkeling is dangerous because when you snorkel, you don't think about how close you are to the top of the water. You're still getting that sun beat down, right?
I didn't activate my mom mode enough with like the sunscreen.
Are you guys
totally put it on vacation?
Yeah.
Are you guys
drinking and floating in the ocean and
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys chartering a boat to go on the reef to go snorkeling?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Very good. I hope you guys have an amazing time. I want to see all the pictures, Tree. Please.
I have taken 2 pictures. One.
I have some.
Two?
Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, one was
I
of a
thought you were
lizard.
getting ready to say 200 and you said 2.
No, 2. I've taken 2. I'm bad at pictures.
So you're like me. I go places. I am so bad. And I've been in some amazing places. I take no pictures.
No,
I'm
here for the
awful.
vibe.
We're all here.
I don't
Exactly.
We're all here.
There you go. You take mental. I take mental pictures. You take real pictures, which is actually better.
Yeah.
I'm always
There's
forgetting.
people taking pictures. We'll swap.
She's
later.
delegating the picture.
Oh, good call. Yep, delegate.
It's true.
As long as you have somebody that's got like a really good camera phone, like because Samsung made some amazing phones with their
but
picture
mine for
taking
some reason
capabilities.
it always. I don't know. I guess I get scratches on the lens or something. So it's
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, that's always an issue. But I mean, but nowadays, shoot them, and I'm talking about even night. You know what? Night vision.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The night
Mode.
dark mode photos. So crystal clear. You know, back in the day, it used to be like it would have to like try to catch as much light as possible. So
You
it
have
would
to hold
start
still.
it was exactly would stagger the shutter so slowly. You have to hold it perfectly still, otherwise it was blurry. now not a case. I mean, they've got the AI technology is so good now, it compensates for the movement and it captures perfect images. I'm like, wow, this is how technology works now. All right, enough about that. We're moving on.
Oh yeah, we were talking about a book or something.
We finished chapter
book.
72.
Yeah, something.
I mean,
Yeah,
chapter
something.
72 is the parchment reveal. So, and whether or not
what did the title mean?
I don't remember.
Okay, because I
Let's go.
swear all I thought it was Harry Potter. I thought it was Veritaserum, and I was like, that's not what it was though. Because Harry Potter, that means you take a potion that actually makes you tell the truth. But I knew it wasn't that, but I was like, I don't know what it was.
Let's see. Okay, I looked it up. So Risharians do not use the word. Instead, they use the term. It comes from an ancient in-world language. See, I'm gonna read it first. See if it's
Oh, if it's a spoiler?
Spoiler or not.
Yeah, because it sounds like it sounds like Truth Italian. Varus Italian.
It's Versatilians believe that most historians do not seek truth, instead attempt to present the most adulating picture of themselves and their motives. Basically, it's the idea that historians reconstruct historical events to find their own truths versus trying to find real truth.
Oh,
so I guess she probably used it in talking about how the Ardentia with the Vordbringers and how there's so much misinformation and myths around the Vordbringers because they were trying to make it their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
interesting.
That's her. But it's a made up word for this. And we lost the other two.
Oh, we lost Tree. Uh-oh.
At the Will reads, it's Yasna's discipline of scholarship. They explained it in part 3. Oh, okay. They explained it all the way in part 3. Okay. It's her discipline of scholarship is trying to find the truth versus what other people's truths are.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
As long as I know what the real understanding of that word is, that's all I need to know. I need to know what it was, right? So,
yeah.
All right.
So moving on to chapter 73, I think is where we're at. Yeah.
Yep.
Chapter 73.
73.
Trust. And we'll see if the internet comes back in Aruba or not. If it comes back, I'll just add them in whenever. So we're with Kaladin in Dalinar's camp. I just got a message. Hold on. Let me see if it's them. Nope. Sorry. Now I'm gonna look every time. There they are. They're back. All right. Hey, they're back.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. You told us in advance that you might drop because
it was
whatever.
really good so far.
Yeah, Alan.
You guys are doing
really
fabulous
funny
up until like that moment. I mean, you guys have had no problems, no stutters or anything. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan had a great face. Alonda looked very contemplative. And yes, very similar to that. Yes.
Was that close?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. There you go.
All right.
Chapter 73, Trust.
That's
where we are. So Kaladin's over in Dalinar's war camp. He's waiting there at the staging ground because Dalinar requested him to be there. As he's waiting, Syl asks Kaladin what he thinks of Dalinar, and Dalinar's kind of like, he's still light eyes. So I was like, I think he's actually is honorable. And Kaladin's like, I don't know. I'm conflicted because I don't like light eyes. But he did do all the stuff. I don't know. And he's just wondering whether, that he's truly protected everyone. I mean, he's still weighing with that. Like, did I actually protect all this bridge crew? Like, did I actually do it? Did I do the thing? Did I do the thing or did I not? Did I just doom everyone or did I actually win for once? Because
obviously he did at this point in time.
Yeah,
I mean, he saw him sacrifice the sword.
He
so
did.
Really,
but he's still having such a hard time because of his entire past. It's so.
And I get it. I mean, he's like, did this really just happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, or am I dreaming right now? I get it.
Yeah, so Dalinar finally does come join them, and they discuss the condition of the bridge crews, and they're like, yeah, so I mean, you're free to go if you want to, but I really like you guys to stay. And he's like, well, how do I know we just in backup and surgery? It's like, no, we won't. Like, You guys are all
Right.
free to go if you want to. He's like, do you know what your men will do? It's like, well, they'll do whatever I do. So it's really have to convince me. And it's like, okay, well, I want to make them officially part of my army. And especially like your crew is top notch. They're gonna be my honor guard. And Calvin's
Yep.
like, really? Like he's like, yeah, really. Like you're gonna be my honor guard. I'm gonna put you in charge of all the bridge crews. You're gonna be in charge of everything. It's like, and Calvin's like, I accept under a couple of conditions. It's like, first of all, I only answer to you and your family. Nobody else. No other light knights can
Okay.
boss me around.
Oh,
And
he had
pay.
to say the king.
Mm.
What?
Say that
Yeah,
again.
He had
King.
to say the king, right? 'Cause-
Yeah.
The king. Yeah, he had to say the
Oh
king.
yeah, that's obligatory.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes. You have to still listen to the king. You still have to listen to the king.
that
and then-
should really have gone without saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you never have to say, "I'll also follow the king." It's
Yeah.
kind of.
He did though. That's what he said.
He did. He did. He
I
pointed
feel
it out,
like that
yeah.
was the duh moment of the
Yeah.
statement. I mean,
But yeah, so he said I'll do that. But and Dalinar thinks about it for a little bit. He's like, this might cause a lot of stir in the camps. He's like, I'll promote you to captain, and that's the highest I dare. And that's you're normally reserved only for light eyes. Like that's unheard of for dark eyes to be captain. But he says, I'm
right.
not going to go further than that. He says, I will put a decree out that you don't answer to any light eyes except for us, but at the same time, you're not allowed to boss them around. Like you're not over them. I'm not making you over the light eyes.
right.
You're not over them, but they're not over you either. You're in a special category now. And Calvin's like, okay, that's fair. And he says, and also, I don't want any of the bridge crews out in the front battle lines for right now, at least for I think it's like an entire year. I want to be able
He's
to
in
train
a
right.
year, so that
Yeah,
way it gives them enough time to
Time
train
to
up.
train
right?
them, get them right. He's like they can do
Yeah.
they
They're
can
not
do
really
scouting
soldiers.
runs and they can do patrols around the
Yeah.
camp and stuff like that. And like
Because they have not gotten official training up until
Right.
now. Everything has been
yeah, he's like I'm not sitting like the guys I saved in
Kaladin
slaughter.
has figured out, from his own training. He's like
Mhm.
passed on as best as he could, but they also had to do it quietly, right? It wasn't like they could do it out in the open. So, not like army type training. I mean, that had to be done like basically as they were preparing to defect, right? Go AWOL.
Right.
So now it's like official training. It's going to take a year. Sounds right.
Yeah.
I agree
mean,
with
yeah,
that.
he's only Bridge 4's got his training. Now he has the other 29 bridges he has to train.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
He's
And
like,
that's the
they're
other
not,
thing too.
he's like, I'm not going
Right.
to use them all as cannon fodder. Like
You got to get them all at the same level too. You can't
Yeah.
have part of your brigade be ready to go, and the other part be like, I got no clue.
what I'm doing.
And they haven't been battle tested like
Right.
Bridge 4 has.
Right.
That's another situation.
Yeah. But they come to an agreement, and it seems like a pretty good deal. And then as a show of appreciation, a token of appreciation, Dalinar actually gives Kaladin his cloak, and he's like, "This is the cloak I wore in battle today. It's my colors. You wear this. Everyone knows you're of my house." Like, and I mean, which is
Basically family. That's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
this
family.
is-
Exactly.
yeah, it's family.
It's more than just my colors. This is like
Mhm. You're part of
this
my family
shows
now.
I owe you my life kind
Yeah.
of cloak, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
very
That's
special.
some
So
commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely, that
Any-
thing meant a
any-
lot.
Any
I
doubts that
checked up a
Kaladin
little
has,
bit.
I don't know how he still has doubts at this point because it's like Dalinar's like, no, I got you, dude. Like
Yeah, but Paladin's been through a lot.
he has trauma is a lot.
You know what I'm saying? This guy, yes,
His middle
he
name
needs to
is
see
trauma.
a therapist quickly, but that's
Yeah.
not going to happen, obviously. But yeah, he's been through too much. So
Yeah.
Poor baby.
we'll see.
Yeah. This
Well,
was a
definitely
bit of
poor
a win,
baby.
though. It was really nice to end the book with a Kaladin win.
Yeah, considering this all been Kaladin struggling mentally for basically the entire book.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
that's
hell,
not
from
going
the-
away anytime soon, probably. But at least
from the
he's like,
very first chapter that he was in, he lost the guy who he thought was basically like a replacement for Tian,
Right.
right? That's first chapter
Yeah.
that he was in. So it's been struggle the entire time.
And that last bit where they sit around the fire, right, and eating
yeah,
the
eating the
stew.
stew.
It was such, like
There's a
Bumble
funny
bubble.
Right back to their norms, right? Their typical dynamics, right?
There's-
It's like the family, So
Yeah.
I can't remember who did it, but there's a funny TikTok out there where some guy's like, I'm gonna explain the entire Cosmere in 60 seconds, and it gets to like one part. He's like, and then you get to the planet of Ashar where you can get special powers like Kaladin, the power of depression. It just keeps on rolling like
The power of
the power of
depression.
depression.
Yeah, I mean, and he deserves the the rank of saying I'm the depression master,
Yeah,
because he is. I mean, he's
Yeah.
the depression master.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think all the Bridgemen also deserve a year where they're like,
Yeah,
we
Yeah,
don't
they
need to do
do.
anything. We're not doing anything for a year. We just went through all this shit where we're
been
watching each other
training.
die constantly, and
Mhm.
so yeah.
And we
everybody
don't
needs a
really
graph.
know all of their stories that well.
No,
No.
because a lot of these aren't Bridge 4, right? Like most of them are the other bridge crews that are have not
We
been part
have
of
no
Kaladin.
idea what they've been through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after all this, Kaladin returns to the Bridge 4 barracks. He finds his men there, eating stew, and they're joking, having a good time. Everyone's having a good time, and they start talking about Kaladin's abilities, and wondering if he can teach them how to do it too. And he's like, yeah, I don't know, but I'll try. Like, I don't know if it's a teachable ability. It's like we'll create.
Yeah, this part made no sense to me. Why would you just think that, right? Look,
I don't know.
I played soccer for a few years. If Messi was in my squad, I would be like, hey, Messi, show me how to do the thing. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't just transfer over like, hey,
Yeah.
you don't know Messi. Could you just show me how to kick the balls the way that you kick the balls?
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I could try, but it's an ability. It's innate. I don't really know how that works.
Yeah.
I just feel like that whole thing where it's like, show us how to do the. It didn't mesh up with me.
I think it's just disconnect of like just ignorance and not. I mean, and maybe you can. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it becomes a little lighthearted after that. But I was like, why would you think that? That's like me going to the tree and be like, "Hey, tree, show me how to draw the things."
Yeah, show me how to art.
Okay.
Yes,
You do
show
that.
me how to art, tree.
Show me how to.
Is this how you hold the pencil? Is it like this? You just
Yeah, but
Just
again, she can show you technique, and maybe you catch up on something, but not the creativity and not the
exactly. There's a vision.
Yeah.
There's an eye. There's again. There's a lot there
You
that
guys
you
give
just.
me a lot of credit.
No, but in this.
Well, first of all, you deserve the credit. Second of all, that's a thing that people have to respect. Is it's like some people have like that innate ability, right? And it's like you just have to respect that. I don't know what it was. I picked up trumpet. I was good at it, and it was just like, hey,
I guess that's true.
you're good at trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
Two examples, even if they catch like 5%, right? You train with Messi and you get 5% of his talent.
You get a little better.
Taught you. You're still better and you can do something.
Absolutely,
And
but
you
don't
can
be
know-
expecting
and
to
you know
be
how to hold the
Messi.
pencil.
You know,
So
Sure.
it might work.
right? It might.
It
It might.
work.
Again, it'll get you 5%.
5 is more than 0.
And I love how
more than 0. That is absolutely true. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Concur wholeheartedly. Yes.
and I love how lighthearted it gets too with Rock, and he's like, "Oh, experiments! We can throw Kaladin off cliff." And Kaladin's like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
guys! It's like,
Stay within
let me throw! Let me
Short
throw!
cliff.
Let me
That's
throw!
nice, yeah.
Short cliff!
right.
Yeah.
Let me throw the
Yes,
lizard man off the
yes.
cliff!"
So it was very lighthearted. All of that was all good.
Yeah.
I appreciated that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they-
considering the fact that Kaladin's chapters are usually, it's a mix of emotions there. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
nice.
totally hitting the
you know.
feels.
Yeah, and Eva nails it around the head here. Like the very last moment where Kaladin looks around and everybody's kind of laughing around the fire, and he thinks to himself, "I finally managed to save someone."
Yeah. He saved lots of people.
He saved lots of
someone.
people.
Yeah.
Lots of someone.
Well, now even people that didn't know they were being saved by him have been saved by him.
Yeah. Because
Right.
and he also and that all came because he saved Dalinar. Dalinar was done for.
Mm.
Dalinar,
Oh, yeah,
Adolin,
he was
his
done, yeah.
whole army and
Yeah.
then all the bridge crews as well.
Yep.
Yep. So
I love it.
Fun.
that's
times.
your boy. That's your boy
I
tree.
know. You can get it again. I don't care.
Thank you, tree.
Thank you.
Thank you. I needed that moment.
I said that early on, and then there was a chapter where we found out Kaladin was only 19, and I was like, never mind.
This is
But
a
now-
mess.
shoot.
this is-
Oh,
This is a
oh,
messy.
tree.
You see,
Oh,
see
and
the
then of
quote?
course for our inside jokes tree. Oh
Sorry,
man.
like-
19?
Yeah. Is that crazy?
I'll
He seems
that
so much
comment up just
older.
for Orlando.
What?
I mean, he's got to be like 20 now.
Yeah, okay. 20
That makes
is
it
better.
different.
20's
Exactly.
better.
20 makes it different, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Wait, what was for me?
Oh,
Alan?
this.
Ah. I'll allow that, sir. I will allow that because I love a good pun. I love a good pun.
Chapter
Absolutely.
it's chapter 74, Ghost Blood,
Ghost
which
Blood.
I am excited about the Ghost Bloods.
Yeah. This is one of those like whole new world opening up
Oh wait,
info drops.
mhm.
I was gonna say though, because that was the last time we see Kaladin and the crew, right?
Yes, this is the last time I see Calvin Crew of this book.
I disappointed this whole Hoyd Wit Zigzal
Mhm.
dynamic, whatever. By the way, Hoyd Wit, I'm referring to the same thing, but that dynamic and blah blah blah, nothing came out of that. It went completely flat.
There's more books.
That was like
There's more books.
You have
No.
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 There's more books.
4,000
no,
more
no,
pages.
that was the
Alonso wants
flattest.
everything all at
That
once.
was the flattest reveal in this whole damn book. I was like, stop. You gave us like all the crumbs to be like, hey, this is the situation. Oh, and tell Zigzal, and nothing came out of it.
There's
Not
lot
a
of crumbs
single
that have-
damn thing came out of it. I was so disappointed by it.
Well, wait for the next book, maybe. I don't know.
It's called Setup.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eva.
This whole book is just a smorgasbord of
It's just a
breadcrumbs.
prequel, it's like a prologue.
Yeah.
This book.
The whole book. Yeah.
The whole book.
Anyway.
Y'all
In
trying.
due time. In due time.
Y'all
In
are
due time.
trying.
Ghost
You're trying.
Blood. I'm excited just to get more into the Ghost Bloods. But
Those books.
All right, go
So-
ahead. Go into the blood.
yeah, it's a really short chapter because this is introducing this new group of people, which we've seen throughout this book and maybe other books too, maybe. But Shallan finishes reading Yas's notes about the Voidbringers, comes to the same conclusion that the Parshmen are Voidbringers. And at the end of their frightening ramifications of this conclusion, they make plans. Like Shallan's like, "Oh, hey, where do we go from here?" He's like, "Well, we have to go to the center of all of it." It's like, "Oh, we're going back to Cabranth." It's like, "Are not we're in Cabranth? Going back to Kolinar?" It's like, "No, we're going to go to the Shatter Plains." Like, we need to go to the Shatter Plains.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's because we got to.
Alonso doesn't look excited at all.
No.
You're not
No.
excited for Shallan and Yasna to go to the Shattered Plains?
No.
What?
No.
The
Okay.
whole
I'm sorry,
crew's
I
coming
just-
together.
How will we get like?
And
I'm not excited about it because I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like it's too low hanging fruit because now it's like this is gonna be like the hobbits traveling to like the the freaking like dropping the ring over into the freaking like fires of Mount Doom or whatever that was called. It's gonna take forever. It's not like you can teleport
Is it?
there. There's no planes. Nah.
Okay.
It's
they
a slow
do
setup.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
It's a
But
slow
they
setup.
shift to talk about how Capsule had a tattoo, and she mentions it. She's like, "Yeah, so he's a member of this organization." that-
Which, by the way, now this one I did like
Mhm.
because that tattoo was explained so clearly
Mhm.
at the beginning of the book. I mean, I remember it to this day. It was like
Yeah.
the whole thing of like it's like 3 interlocking triangles and the
Yes.
whole. I remember it clearly when it was first explained. I was like, man, he put a lot of effort to explain these. Oh, it's
Mm.
important. So I locked that joint in. And so then finally at the end of the book, look, Brandon Sanderson, I got your number, dude. So then finally at the end of the book, I was like, pay off,
Yeah.
pay off. We finally got
So you
here.
see, you
'Cause-
got to pay off. So
Yeah.
you can.
yes, but I look, I love a good payoff. I love the
Mhm.
breadcrumbs. If you explain
Yeah.
something like in detail, I'm like, locked. But some of the other stuff that he was like, hey, there's the thing, and I was like, and then nothing happens with it. I was like, and now I gotta
Well,
wait like
then
7
Shalana.
years until we read the next book because
Yeah,
our
it's not gonna be that long.
timetable for reading these books in the podcast.
Shalon does realize also that her father is most likely a member too, and she points it out to me.
Yes.
I think my dad was a member of the
Because
organization.
everybody aligned with that are all in the same vein. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
you
'cause
part
they're
parcel
seeking
of the same.
they're seeking answers about the Voidbringers too. So
Yes.
and Yasuo knows that they're trying to stop her from getting more information. So it's kind of the secret organization. So Yasuo's aware of them. Now, yeah, the secret symbol.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to more exposition about that. But going back to what you were talking about, Trey, about excitement about the Shatter Planes, no excitement whatsoever.
I like it when everybody's together.
I do too, which is the reason
I
why
like
they're
bringing people together. It makes me happy.
having just finished the Mistborn series. This dude does an amazing job of delaying your gratification of
There you go.
people getting together. He was like, I will do everything in my power to keep all the people apart. So I'm not excited.
What's Alonda's percentage chance of Shalon and Yasna gets the Shatter Planes by the end of book 2?
Oh, 10%.
10%.
10%.
10%.
Man. Me and you,
Yeah.
Picos. Me and you, man. I'm saying it's gonna be like 10%, and you're expecting it to happen like the beginning of next. Nope, it's gonna happen like end of the next book.
You know what Alonda just
10%.
said? This is what Alonda just said.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking
10!
There it is. Locked it in. Locked it in. Now I could be wrong, obviously, but I'm saying 10% chance. 10% chance. And they're gonna like travel and they will meet unfortunate circumstances and atrocities will belay them from getting to their final destination. Whatever. But I'm saying 10%.
10%.
10%.
And this is Sangria Alondo.
Yeah.
Locking it in.
Locking it in. All right.
10%.
So
Yeah,
now we
I
get
don't
to the
remember.
final chapter
Mm-hmm.
before we get to the epilogue. But
You
final
made
real
it to
chapter.
the final chapter.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
so
The
good.
final
I
chapter.
Oh, so you're waiting for
This is where you need
I'm
the
waiting for
this is where you need the Joe
Final
Bluth
chapter.
dancing, like doing the whole illusion thing.
Yeah.
Final count.
Let me
We're
see.
heading to the Shattered Plains.
Head to the-
Sorry.
You've been singing that song a long time.
I know.
Per Alondo. Let's see what happens.
Trying to get the actual quote for it. I don't know if I can find it in short form. Okay, because that's not to the epilogue anyway. Sorry, I'm distracted. In the top of the room, chapter 75. So Dalinar. Dalinar is waiting for the next high. Actually, this starts out right. It's during the next high storm, right? Did we start out inside of Vision?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
What?
I got distracted.
We start out with Dalinar Vision.
Yeah, no.
Oh
we
yeah,
start
well
with
yeah,
them
it starts
lying in
kind
bed
of at the beginning of the book
together.
because they didn't know it was.
Yes. Dalinar
They're cuddling.
and Navani are
Cuddling.
Or cuddling.
post-coitus.
Yeah. You're extrapolating. You're extrapolating.
No.
You ain't got no proof. Prove it.
In my brain, they did. Why else are they in bed together?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Listen.
We'll see.
Listen, Dalinar just told off Elhokar. He's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm banging your mom. What are you gonna do about it? Deal
You
with
guys
it.
got-
And then he was riding that high, and then he grabbed Navani, and then they got it on. And now we're here.
You know, he almost died. Need to celebrate life.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Mm.
You
Mm.
might have sold me
He's
on that
got my
one.
back.
You might have sold me just
Thank
now.
you.
You might have sold me just now. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
He's
Okay,
not dating
I give
anymore.
it 75-25 then. I give it 75-25.
There you go.
Let's
All
Let's
right.
go. Let's go.
So after he wakes up, the storm's rolling in. So he goes into one of his visions. He's in a white rocky landscape with smoky figures rising around him. He hears the voice again, unite them. And Dalinar immediately demands, he's like, why did you tell me to trust Sadeas? Like, why? Instead of answering, the voice appears in human form. And he's like, prepare for the Everstorm. And keeps on and shows him his city, Kholinar, in ruins. And Dalinar keeps on just asking him and demanding no answers. And the voice just keeps on talking nonsense. And finally, like, Dalinar puts two together. He was like, wait, you can't hear me, can you? This entire time, I just been talking. It's like prescripts. Like, I just thinking you're talking to me. And it's just all like
really good prescripts.
Really good prescripts. Yeah, really good. But he's pretty much like talking to like the away message where some guy like, hello.
So there's a good point.
Hello, I can't hear you. Hello, I can't hear you. I can't. Oh yeah, leave a message. Beep.
So why did so many other ones match up so? That was the part that I was like, I kind of lost some belief in this.
Well, it's ambiguous on whether or not it's true or not.
Because now I'm like, well, then how did it know that the entity know any of these, statements were going to be received at all? If not, then why would you speak at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because anyway, I was really lost on this. Not lost, like I didn't understand it, but lost as I'm like, it's not checking out with me.
Yeah,
Too
but
weird.
off the distance, I mean, the UN form looks off in the distance and kind of points or whatever. And Dalinar looks and sees like way off distance, like this wall of darkness and dust coming towards them from the wrong direction.
Right.
And yeah, and Dalinar's trying to figure out what all it means, of course. And the voice tells Dalinar that someone must lead, someone has to unite and protect the people. And he commands Dalinar to rebuild the Knights Radiant, and that the true desolation comes. And at the very end, it seems like they do actually interact again. So, should
Does he even know who he's talking to?
Should I trust Sadeas? Yes, go east.
What?
He's the champ.
Perfect,
Okay.
DK Moon. That's awesome. Yes, go east.
Sure. Sure. What is this? Some Christopher Columbus nonsense? I mean, all right.
Anyways, yeah, but then at the very end, it does seem like they start having a conversation again because he does ask him, like, who are you? He asks him multiple times. He doesn't answer. He's like, who are you really? And finally, the voice says, I am what you call God, the Almighty, but I'm dead now. I was killed.
Not that
So
almighty,
obviously, it's
after
not
all.
a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But why all of a sudden would he say that? It just, again, Mistborn vibes again.
Yeah, total Mistborn vibes.
I mean, again, a lot of this book, the ending of this book lines up. I mean, it's like there's a god that's like there, and it's like, I'm gonna die because the reasons. And then, it's like, oh, we're like gonna have to get a new god or somebody to come in place of the previous god. Something. Anyway, a lot of it just seems like it's like circular. And now, I like that only because it makes sense if this is all the same universe. Because now it puts us back into this mode of saying, oh, we've seen this before. It's on a different planetary system. And they haven't seen this before, but we have seen this before, right? Then I'm like, got it. Now I know what to expect. I know what to look out for. I know how to, prepare myself, etc. I can look for the parallel similarities. But yeah, a lot of it just seems like it's like, oh, this is starting to get a little easy to predict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I know is not the case. I know we're gonna go into this next book and we're gonna find out that like dragons exist or something. I don't know,
Dragons
whatever.
obviously exist, and they're
Well,
giant
duh.
crabs.
I mean, come on.
They're
I met a dragon. I mean, a dragon's my uncle. I don't know if you knew this. Yeah, so they exist. It's gonna happen. Fine. I'll write that off. But I feel like that's gonna end up happening. It's like it's too similar, and he's like, I gotta change it up just a little bit. But so far, there's a lot of this last part of this book lined up so much with Mistborn that I was like, it's either purposeful.
I know you don't know Mistborn.
Mhm.
No, it's fine.
is either purposeful or it is repetitive. And the difference between genius
it really sounds like the same author wrote Mistborn.
So again, this is either lazy or it is lining you up to have all the answers for what you need to know for the next series of books. So I don't know which one we're in now. I don't see him as being a lazy writer. I have not gotten that impression up until now. So I'm like, he's trying to tee us up, but I don't really quite understand why he's teeing us up so well in the first book.
I mean, it is all the same universe, so it makes sense that some of the gods might be similar, entities. Like, especially, and like they mentioned cultivation too, and that really hit the nose on Mistborn for me as well. Like cultivation can see the future more. That made me feel like maybe that was another god that they just like name dropped.
Yeah,
I just really wish I had seen more evidence in Elantris that there was like a pervasive theme that was going to permeate through all the books. Then I'd be like,
he did write 5 whole length novels in 1 year, so he's not lazy.
We know he's not lazy. No. Which is the reason I put that disclaimer out there, and I said that's not the case. But again, I just feel like the prevalent themes are just a little too overt right now. But again, we're only in book 1.
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, like when we talk about the overall Cosmere, there's these stories, and then there's the Cosmere, and there's 2 stories going on at the same time, and one's really right in your face. The other one is breadcrumbs everywhere.
Exactly. So, which we're going to get to when we get to the epilogue.
Yes.
Definitely. Which something, and I hope, Alan, that you're going to just please put me out of my misery here when we get to the epilogue, because I'm going to ask a pointed question, and
you will not get an answer probably.
No, because this is something I'm going to ask, and I feel like this is another situation, and I know I'm jumping ahead to the epilogue.
We can be there. We can be there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we can be there.
Again, I'm not trying to steal your thunder for doing the intro. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll do the epilogue of Most Worth is the name of it, and we're in Hoid, our wit's point of view, as he's outside the gate of Kholinar, talking to some of the guardsmen there, and they're asking him what he's sitting there on a bunch of boxes, and he's like, "So, we got some philosophy for you." Just goes right into his philosophy lesson. What do men value most? What talent do men value most? It's one of my favorite quotes from Hoid, actually, which I don't know if you like it, but I love the story of the talents.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So why do I feel like we've heard this story verbatim somewhere else? I swear, I listened to this thing and I was like, why do I feel like this story was said verbatim to us before? Am I like going out of my mind, or am I having like terrible deja vu?
In another book? It wasn't said exactly like this, but I mean, there was some philosophy similar.
Okay, because I swear this whole thing sounds like something that Hoid specifically said before. Maybe somebody else said it before, and they were like, but again, it's too close to something I've heard before. And I was going to look it up, and I was like, wait a minute. I know for a fact if I go into Google and I type it in,
anything
there's a possibility with spoilers.
End of Elantris, right? When he's talking to the Aeon about humans
at the end, right?
At the end of Elantris, it might have been. He might have had something very
similar. Am I close? Is it okay? I feel like this is close, right, to something he's already said before.
Yeah.
Anyway, anybody out there, please refute me. Please refute me. Say I'm stupid and ill. I will accept it. But I swear this sounded like almost verbatim to something I've heard before.
What do men value most? And he goes on about talking about the 3 different examples. And
he talked about the examples of discovery. Right? Whereas like if somebody discovers something and then somebody else discovers it right before them, what's the difference between the 2 things, right? And again, I just feel like this is like
Yeah.
going back to the theories about like like Newton, etc. And like real
Tesla
world.
Tesla versus Edison, and
There's so many examples.
yeah,
There's too many examples to throughout history. I mean, the telephone, the idea of
why
the
was
movement
Edison
of celestial
lauded,
bodies. Yeah.
why was Edison lauded so much and Tesla not during his days?
Oh, because Tesla was
marketing,
basically
marketing, money.
Tesla was about the science. Edison was on a different level. He was like, Menlo Park, I got bills to pay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out here, help. I got to make these dollars, these ducats, right? So yeah.
The food is
Anyway,
here.
I felt like
the
I
food's
heard
here.
this statement
Yeah,
from him.
I'm gonna go bring it so we can all admire it.
What?
Food.
Your food?
The
Food
The
is
food.
here.
Oh, I want to see
The
the
food
food.
from chapter 1.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Food.
Food.
Get these ladies their grub.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
I
eat
love
in
it.
bed?
I think I broke the remote for the air conditioning.
That's
Oh
bad.
I
no!
dropped it on the ground.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can go into the whole Edison Tesla stuff. I mean, Nikola Tesla, one of his biggest benefactors was J.P. Morgan, and
Did I break it?
and Morgan dropped all his funding because Tesla wanted to create technology that would give like free power and free stuff, and
Yeah, because he
And
was trying to be
famous quote-
altruistic.
yeah, and the famous
Going-
quote
circling
from
back around to that
the
word.
famous
and-
quote
yes.
from J.P. Morgan says, "How do I put a meter on it? Like, how do
right.
I
How do I put money on that?
how do I
Right.
put money on it?" And Tesla says, "You don't." And he says, "Then I'm out," and dropped all his funding. And he's like, "I'm not going to fund you then. If I can't make money off it,
Exactly.
I'm not going to give you any money."
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alan, you were confirming that there's a possibility that
There
it
might
may
have
be a
been.
paraphrasing, but
Yeah.
I'm not going crazy when I say that he's said something like
I
this
have to
before.
go back
right?
and look and see what exactly
Okay.
was said. But yeah, but it's not the
Again.
exact same phrasing because this is definitely a very
No, but again,
but-
it sounded so similar, and I was like, "Am I going insane?" I was like, literally, because I do my bike workout to listen to these things,
Mhm.
and I'm listening to this thing, and I was like, I like literally stopped
Yep.
pedaling, and I was like, that is way too familiar. That has to be from something I've heard before.
But novelty. That's the talent that we value the most.
There's a talent, right? Novelty.
Novelty.
Yep. Yeah.
Time-
It's the opposite of novelty if you heard it before.
Yeah.
Say again.
It's the opposite of novelty if you've heard it before.
That's true. Well, look, I didn't write the book, so.
And that would be clever if Sanderson actually had written it in his first book and then bring it back up again, and then it'd be novelty as the
Yeah.
clever twist.
that would have been a master class, right? I mean,
That's a
come on.
master. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we loud Stormlight.
That's
is
the
such a
guy
better
about
book.
the guy that also teaches classes as a professor, right? It's a master class, right?
yes. There you go.
But I really felt like it was just so like I thought it was on the nose. It was something he'd already said before in one of these other books, which
Yeah.
really even brings further connection between the universes. But
it's definitely a interesting cynical argument on life, though. Like as far as the what do people value, and it's done first to be the first one to do it.
absolutely, that's always the way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as like, look, the first person to run under a 4-minute mile
Right.
lauded. The
Mm-hmm.
second person to do it was like, you did the same thing that dude
Right.
did, and it's like
Right.
it's still a huge accomplishment, right?
Right.
But you didn't do it first.
Right.
That's what it comes down to, right?
Right. Yep.
Even though you can do something that 99.99999% of people on the face of the earth can't do.
What did we
You
get?
Ceviche.
And
Ceviche. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, hi, you heard me.
I can hear you.
Mhm.
I heard
We
ceviche.
have another guest.
But you can't talk
We have
about
another
her
guest.
I haven't read.
Who's the other guest?
It's a Mace. I saw a Mace.
Hey.
There's a Mace.
Hey, what's going on?
My ceviche is not quite as pretty as I'm sure it would have been at the restaurant, but it smells
Oh,
delicious.
I got
This looks
Mm.
beautiful.
I got her some fresh caught today red snapper.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Looks
plantains
good.
and stuff.
Oh, your screen froze, by the way.
We froze the
Oh,
food.
no,
it's
we're good.
fine.
Nope, you're live again.
Oh, okay.
Good deal. All right.
Hi, guys.
Food.
Yay.
I'm glad you got some grub.
Yeah,
Excited
this
you guys
is
got
Anissa's
grub.
first
birthday week adventure.
Yeah.
Happy
Not
birthday.
The Caribbean.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's true.
Happy birthday to you. Hope you have an amazing
Thank
time.
you.
You're welcome.
We're having a great time. Are you guys
Good. I mean, look, his tree's there. It's gotta be good, right?
Final
Come on.
We're like at the epilogue already.
The epilogue
Yeah,
of
we're done.
Way of Kings, is that right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, I haven't read any of that, so shh.
Okay.
I'll be the first
So-
time reader next time.
All right.
Got you.
Gotta catch up.
We're pretty much
You
done,
can
so you're
read the
good,
key really
right?
fast and then
Yeah.
do the next.
We're just at the
one.
part where we're about to name our favorite characters.
You're almost there.
Oh, are we not quite there?
No, because we do the story talents, and then someone shows up the gate, which Hoyd is almost seemingly expecting, because this guy, Tom, stumbles up to the main courtyard, pulls out his sword, and like cuts through the
Oh,
gate.
that's
or whatever.
right.
And
And the sword is cutting through the stone as he's dragging it behind it.
yeah, driving behind it.
Oh
and,
yeah. That
Kind of badass. Yeah.
And Hoyd finishes his timeliness.
Well,
That's
this
what men
is-
value most. Ton, and in terms of Ton, it says, has arrived too late.
Hmm.
Because the
Yeah.
desolation
That's
has
cool.
come.
That's cool. So it's cool.
So one of the heralds that comes right before the desolation, because remember at the beginning of the book, we had all the 10 heralds, 9 of them put their blades down and leave
Right.
the one that died behind to fight the desolation by himself the next time. And they're like, whatever,
that
we're
this
walking
guy?
away from. Yes, that's
Yes,
Scott.
that's him.
Oh.
And here he is showing up at the very end of the book. So the desolation comes. Yeah. And then we have the and then we have the end note, which is just one of the dying people. Above silence, the illuminating storms, dying storms, illuminating the silence above, which is can be read forwards and backwards. Kind of cool. It explains how that works, whatever. But how it's really in Alethi, it's considered one. It's called a ketek. Ketek. So where you can write a sentence that means something differently forward and backwards, but as the exact same words.
Mm.
So
A palindrome.
Basically.
basically, but
No.
in
It's
sentence form.
basically a palindrome in their universe, right?
In their universe, yeah. So above silence, the illuminating storms, dying storms illuminate the silence above. So you can read that backwards. Above silence, the illuminating storms, dying storms illuminate the silence above. So, yeah. But the thing was, the person who said it right before they died was Herdazian, who barely spoke the language at all and was uneducated. And Teravagian is really, really confused by this death quote because he's like, this has to be important.
It's really hard to put on.
It's a compression. It's a compression left-hand glove.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, you put on your safe. Your
We
safe.
took our safe hands off to eat.
See, ooh.
Oh, no, ladies, go ahead.
We're totally
No.
safe.
I
Totally safe.
appreciate all of y'all's
Honest.
commitment to it, but yeah, eat, do your thing, please. Do not know.
Oh my
Yeah.
Again, I appreciate your
Hey,
commitment to that.
Moon.
And this is how the book. This is how the book ends. It's basically like, wait, if you're
I came
here,
to this podcast for chaos.
Yeah,
there you go.
she's chaos.
I've not read a single word of this book, and I
Amis
don't care.
is the void bringer. Now we know.
It's the void bringer. That's it.
Definitely.
No,
I'm wearing all black,
look,
so it's true.
take off the stuff. You ladies eat. Please do
are-
not.
I know,
Again, I
it's
appreciate your
6 and
commitment.
We haven't.
It's
eaten
one
anything
episode.
other
It's
than-
one episode tree. You guys can do it one episode
know.
while you're in Aruba. Don't. Yeah, we
It's
already.
a celebration. It's the last episode.
I'm so happy I got
Mhm.
to.
Yeah, it's the last episode too. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
yes.
do- I know.
Crazy.
I got all my girls. I'm so happy.
I love it, ladies. I really appreciate y'all joining in. Sincerely, thank you.
I will let you finish talking about the ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember any of this tonight because that Sauvignon Blanc was really good.
Nice.
No doubt.
And hey, have you had wahoo? I had wahoo fish tonight for the first time.
Wahoo.
Wahoo! Yeah, it's really good.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, because the monetization was good before.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
We got.
Hi, those.
Goodbye, monetization.
And then,
Yeah, thanks for that, Pythos.
Mahi mahi.
This
Ooh,
guy.
yummy. Hi. Bye.
And there goes the monetization.
I know
We'll
exactly.
party with you all later.
All right.
Oh my goodness, y'all ladies be
All
tearing
right.
it up. I love it. I love
Awesome.
it. Keep it going. Keep it going. I hope you guys have an amazing time there.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
So to wrap things up, so you guys can go party and eat more.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So who's holding? If Ton's there, yeah, that's what Dick Kim Moon said. If Ton's there, wait, who's holding? If you're here, who's holding back the desolation? Nobody.
Nobody's holding it back. Nobody.
Here it comes.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, any final thoughts about the book overall, or this final ending?
I'm waiting for more.
the Herald
I'll be honest
comeback.
with you. I'm looking for more in the next book.
Okay.
I feel like this is a lot of.
considered everyone's.
I told you
favorite.
this is a lot of environment building, world building, and I really wanted it to be more. I mean, there's good stuff here, but and again on a reread, I bet you it's amazing. But right now, I'm like,
Yeah.
it's all right.
Okay. Cool.
It's all right. I mean, this was one of my favorite books, but it's all right.
and the next book, it seems like it's going to be a completely different setup, right? Because
Yeah,
you don't
I
have
would
the
think
bridge-
so.
You don't
Yeah.
have the bridge runs. You
Mhm.
don't have the whatever Shallan and Yasna were doing.
Yep.
Like everything.
All that's
is-
done.
Yeah,
All
all
the
that's gonna
setup
change.
is completely new.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you have the characters who you know already,
Yep.
but the action looks like it's
Yeah.
going in a completely new direction.
I'll say it like this: Elantris, I could tell was like one of his first books because you just tell the writing was just like kind of like shaky.
Shaky. Yeah.
At least in that book, it built and fleshed out the concepts better. This book was written with the purpose of fleshing things out over a period of, I'm going to assume based on the way that we're getting the information slowly leaked to us, probably not in 3 books, in like 5 books. And that's just a guesstimate based on the slow trickle of information we're getting. And that to me, I'm like, sometimes.
Good point, Pies. It's my favorite Cosmere books, only after multiple rereads. Yeah, I agree
And see,
with that.
thank you.
It's
And
such a
I feel,
commitment.
I feel like you and I are like basically like best friends. In
Quick
another, like,
summarization of
universe.
this book: Bridge 4.
Bridge 4.
Bridge 4.
But I feel like this book is great. I feel like this book is going to be amazing on a reread. I feel like it's going to be like hands down the best because I bet you it's all the things, all the setup, all the clues. But right now, I'm like, it's just it's so confusing for me.
Mhm. Yeah. It'll make more
So
sense.
that all
as
being
we read more.
said, I mean, because really, if somebody asked me what the actual story, and I'm talking about, let's think of the book as a movie, right? If I said, "Hey, I made a movie based on this book," what was the actual plot of the movie? And what was the conclusion? What was the big action set piece at the end? And
The
I would
plot-
say,
the plot was
there
depression.
was nothing.
The plot was depression. The last
No, but you had the resolution.
Yeah, we had the
There is no
The
build up to a
Yeah,
set
we
piece
did.
at the end. There was really there is nothing. There's no culmination. It really is a book of beginner filler, in my opinion.
I
And
don't know.
so
I don't
no,
think
I
so.
mean
I disagree a little bit. I love
it
you, but
leads to
I disagree a little bit.
nothing. It leads to nothing. I mean, until you read the next book, it's like it leads to a precipice, and you're like, "Oh, I'm standing on the precipice of the next book."
That's
So-
fair. No, that's true.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's
what
fair,
you said.
yeah.
But
So that's the
it
reason
did
why I'm
have
like,
a-
I'm not a huge. Because if you want me to evaluate a book on its own, yeah, sure. There's a whole bunch of books
Okay.
I've read that are parts of a series. Yet and still, I can read that one book and be like, "Hey, this is clear act delineation. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, whatever." This, it was like set up. Get ready for the next book, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, you're
The
kind of
payoff
right.
isn't there. The payoff isn't there. So that's the reason why I've got some struggles with this. Now, do I think it's going to be great on a reread? Absolutely. And that's the reason I'm putting it out there to all the people that might hear this podcast. I'm not trying to say I hate the book. I'm just saying that it really just sets up a lot of world building. It doesn't really have, other than Bridge 4 kind of payoff stuff, because they kind of get a beginning and an end to their story. But other than that, name another group in this book that gets a true beginning and ending payoff, because nobody else does. Everything else is kind of like something starts and it's like cliffhanger, except for Bridge 4. So that's the reason why I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll read the next book. Absolutely. But that's my thorough Orlando analysis.
We got a while for that, but right now, favorite character,
and that's the other issue. We gotta wait a while.
That's not too long.
Other things in queue,
It's not too long. It's not too long. We'll start it before. We'll start before this time next year. It'll be within a year.
Yeah, what's it?
A year. So in a year.
Within a year. No, it'll be January.
Oh, okay.
It'll be January.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Okay. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Thank you.
I was butting heads with you a little bit there because I was like, we did get a big action scene at the end. Like that was very exciting. We had got like the big Kaladin reveal and the tower scene, and we did get another character drop that you don't know about yet that I really like. Secret. But
okay.
I want to reread, right? Like I don't remember a lot.
Exactly, and I think the reread's going to be amazing. I feel like the reread's going to be really cool for this book.
Yeah, but there is a couple things that I'm excited about. I was like, oh yeah, that and yeah. So as a reread, it did punch a little harder. So you're right there. But when I read it the first time, it was still one of my favorite books that I had read.
I'm ready for Wards of Radiance, book 2. You should change it. I just need to change the schedule. But
I know, I can't believe you're making us wait, but I am excited.
Oh man,
I haven't read yet.
We get some requests from the fans.
But I am being a dark friend.
I'll
I'll
give
get to
the
that in a
people
second.
what they want.
No, I'm being a dark friend. So favorite character.
Voidbringer.
Voidbringer.
That's your favorite character? Oh.
Who's your favorite character?
You can go first, Yolando. Even though you went first last
I
week.
have gone first multiple weeks now in a row, and I have stolen characters that you were hoping for. So I am saying nothing, not a ting, until you tell me who is your favorite character.
I got one.
Okay.
Oh, Al, go ahead, go first.
Navani for getting it. Navani for getting it.
Yeah.
This guy, yeah, he's using context clues. He's like, I think she got it.
Like, and then Alando, Pytho said something earlier, and he said, you think Navani is just gonna not get it? Like Navani's driving this ship, okay? Like
She's a badass.
you think she was just gonna pass that opportunity up after all that? She's just gonna let him slide, in her bed without getting it,
without sliding.
without sliding. Yeah,
I don't think she's gonna let him slide into her DMs that easily.
are you kidding me? She's been waiting for years.
She's been waiting for years, but I still feel like she's classy as hell. She ain't gonna let him slide in the DMs that quick.
She's a
She's gonna be like,
cougar.
She's like total cougar, and she's making all the
Wait,
moves up until this point.
They're not
And
that
Tyler-
a young man. Donna's
The
not a
age
young
difference
man.
is not that different. No,
Donna's not a young
he's
man.
older than his. No.
Maybe the age difference isn't there, but
Wait,
she's
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
like,
But she's like.
No, wait.
she's
Do
like-
we understand what
that's a
the
vibe.
she's a
definition of
fox,
cougar?
she's a fox.
Do we know what
Yeah,
cougar
she's a
means in the States? Do you know
Yes,
what cougar
I know
means in the
she's a
States?
fox. We'll say that.
She's a fox.
Oh, okay. Oh no, she's a fox.
Yeah,
all
we're
day.
changing it to
100%.
fox.
Oh, she's a fox all day long. But look, cougar is like, a lady that's like of a certain age
Yeah.
coming down to younger dudes. So like if she was
Like
hitting
me
on
with Kaladin.
right, well, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, if she was like coming after Kaladin, that's cougar.
That's good.
Kaladin's like, that Joker can't even drink yet. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they totally did it.
Well, we know that you think Kaladin can get it.
Kaladin can get
She
it.
hopes he get it.
With whom?
What do you mean?
With Tree.
It's me.
Oh.
That's a Tree fantasy.
Yeah.
And Tree, I hope that
Kaladin
fantasy
gets
comes
a
true for
happy
you.
ending.
Tree,
Yeah,
get it.
Yeah.
Look,
So
I'm all about
you
sexual
had a
empowerment. Go Tree, go.
for these
Thank you.
chapters.
Yeah, you said you had a favorite. And
Who was
easy.
it who said like small cliff rock?
Rock.
Rock.
Throw
Yeah,
him
rock.
off the small cliff. Yeah.
Just for the, we'll throw you off a cliff.
No,
Just
small-
a small cliff.
small
because we
cliff.
love you.
You know, a small clip. A small clip.
So heartwarming.
Yeah.
I love
All
rock.
that, all that scene was very heartwarming.
Yeah, it's very
heartwarming.
heartwarming scene. Yeah.
We always pick Rock. He's the best.
He is.
See,
He's-
and I didn't know.
No, because he's the best. It's so easy to pick him.
I mean,
Um,
Rock is that's a big gentle dude. He reminds me of Andre the Giant from The Princess Bride. Just a
yeah.
big gentle guy, right? So I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Did you pick Tree?
I haven't picked yet. I'm thinking still.
Okay. Well, since you haven't picked, I will go ahead and tell you my
Yes.
pick. Yasna. And the reason why is because Yasna, like a lot of people, are regarded as thinking that they have it all together, but she is still doing her damnedest to figure it out. Because she doesn't even understand what her capabilities are. She doesn't understand what she can do. She doesn't
She can't
understand
even
all
make
the stuff.
jam.
He's like, jam?
She's got her limitations.
Are you sure it's not
and she's
jelly?
working
Because
them.
jam don't shake like that. That's all I'm saying. You know, there's a comment today earlier about Bootylicious and another thing before this podcast, obviously. Anyway, so I'm saying, though, that Yasna is, I like the fact that she is kind of humbled now by the fact that she's been exposed. And she could have been like, lop off her head, you know, or whatever. But no, she was like, she admitting, she was like, oh, no, I'm just trying to get through what I know about my capabilities and see if I can figure things out. And I love humility. I'm someone that can be like, hey, I'm just doing my damnedest to figure this out my damn self. And I'm like, lady, I feel you on that. So she's my favorite. And there's a couple times I've kind of liked her a bit. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of coming around. This was the set of chapters where I was like, love her. Because I was like, she is going to be insane in the next book trying to like work through this and figure it out. Now that she has somebody she can work through this with, because she's had to do all this on her own, right? So she's been working in a vacuum, and now she's like, I got a partner in crime who's in the same situation. So good for her. Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That's my pick.
Yeah, I like that. I like Yasna. I mean, I always like Yasna.
She's great. I love her.
Yeah.
I mean, but I kind of
Wait.
liked her before
No,
because of swagger. I liked her before because of swagger. I like her now because of her humility. So imagine that.
She's
There you
like
go.
more human this way.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, her humanity is like got really put at the forefront of her character at the end of the book. So, yeah.
Yeah. I still have to pick a favorite character. I don't know. Everybody had such good endings, I think. Like
I went
just-
this whole
people that have a
diatribe about
place right
Yasmin.
now.
I gave you all the time. I was like
I know
bojangling
you
around
did.
to give
It
you
took
all.
was actually
forever.
listening
I
to
was
you.
listening. I was absorbing what you were saying.
Oh, you were listening to me. Don't listen to me. You should be thinking something. You should put
I
me on
can't,
mute
I can't
until
do
you
two
figure
things
out.
at once. You give me too much credit.
Oh my goodness.
I mean,
I'm so sorry.
I want to pick Shalon because it's a low hanging fruit for me because we
Uh-huh.
haven't had Shalon in a while and I've missed her and I was happy to see her and she's my art girl and I love her and she was smart and she figured out the stuff even though she didn't tell us the clues that she was following. She still figured it
Nice.
out. And I'm excited that they're going to the Shattered Plane, even if you're not excited, and even if they don't make it in the next book.
They're
I'm
not
still
making it.
excited.
All the guys are there.
I'll take
If
it.
we want some more action,
It's true.
that's how it happened.
Okay.
We might
My
get more.
backup was gonna be Tara Van Jan.
No,
only because
I don't
he
like
played-
Caravan.
He played like he was feeble the whole book.
Mm.
He was
I
like,
like-
I'm a
I like him.
feeble little dude. Save
No, I don't
my
like
granddaughter.
that. He's sketchy.
He's
He's
not.
deceitful. He's killing a bunch of people. Like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
I mean, he will really have to work on some things to convince me he's doing this for the greater good. But right now, I feel like he's making secret power plays Like,
But this guy put himself into the forefront of your mind in one chapter.
it was
In
a cool
one
reveal.
chapter, and now you have to consider him the same way you think of the Joker in like a Batman movie or something,
Yeah.
right?
Okay,
It's
so
like
Shalon and Yasna are Batman and Robin, and now Taravangian and Seth Sansanvolano are working together. Are they the villains? Or are they actually the good guys? And the people
We
we're
don't
following
know,
are the bad
and-
guys?
you know, the best thing about a good villain is
Well,
when
he's
you
for
can
sure not a
actually
good guy.
He's not a great guy.
the best thing about a quote unquote villain is when you recognize that no one thinks they're a villain.
Yeah.
People always in a
Mhm.
villainous role, the good villains in the world, think they are the good guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think
You know,
that's
I
how
mean, one of the
Taravangian
reasons why
thinks
people
of
love,
themselves.
Black Panther with Michael B. Jordan being Killmonger is because he thought he was the hero. He's like, I'm the hero,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh, well, you're not if you look at it holistically. And I think that's the thing that makes a good villain is to be like, it's not, oh, well, I'm just here to just be just chaotic and disrupt the world. Not
Right.
every villain is like the Joker, where he's like, I just want to see the world burn. Not every
Yeah.
villain is like that. And I like that. And then some people are like, I think I see something prophetic here. And my way of preventing this atrocity from happening is to do things in the way that I think is best. And that's why I could align with that.
Yeah.
To a point. Not really, but I'm just saying to a point.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's true. I usually do like villain characters a lot. So I'm interested to see how that develops. I just don't think I have enough information to really have a strong opinion about him right now. So that's why I didn't
Right.
pick him
Good.
at the
Yeah.
moment.
And that's the way it should
And
be.
Shalon, I missed her, so I'll pick her. I haven't had a chance to pick her.
Yeah, it's been a while since we saw them, right? We went like
Mhm.
quite a few episodes out. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
you got
It's
like
been
the
all-
whole summaries and all that kind of stuff. whatever.
She's not in part 4 at all, so yeah.
I mean, so
No.
you're talking about weeks that we went out seeing the two of them. So
Yeah.
I'm happy
Yeah.
to see them again.
Totally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, now I get to make my big Darkfin announcement. So I know I said that we were going to do Tress and the Emerald Sea next week. We're not. We're going to do it the week after that. We're going to do a little palate cleanser between. Just a tiny one of the novellas. So
Okay.
this is found in Arcanium Unbound. So it's one you already have, probably, if you have Arcanium Unbound.
Well,
We're
yeah,
gonna-
we do, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do Shadows for Silence in a Forest of Hell.
Okay.
So that's the name of
Is that one of the chapters that was also listed at the end of the audiobook? Because
It's
in
a
the end of the
novella.
audiobook,
It's
it
really short.
listed an Arcanum Unbounded chapter in the audiobook. And I was like, isn't this already available then if I've already got Arcanum Unbounded?
Yeah, it's already there. I
Separately?
mean, it's well, no,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. You
Okay.
don't have. Yeah, so they'll probably offer it as a standalone. You can buy it as a standalone.
Either way it goes, we have it because
But you already
obviously
have
we've
it.
read chapters from
Yeah, you've already-
Arcanum
yeah.
Unbounded. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's in there. It's
Right,
a
right,
short
right.
novella. It's Brandon Sanderson's attempt at writing horror. But it's Cosmere.
Horror.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's Cosmere.
I'm intrigued.
It's Cosmere.
Having read a
so-
lot of horror books, I'm excited.
So
Okay.
Shadow for Silence in the Forest of Hell.
Mhm.
Um,
Ooh. I like the
And
title.
there is some. It's a cute story. I love Skeeter. It's a
It's a
cute.
Don't say
cute horror
cute.
story.
Don't say horror and then say cute. Alan, you ruined it.
No, that's what Skeeter said. Skeeter said it's a cute story.
Oh no. Okay. I thought you were saying that. Okay. Got
And,
it.
and Titus says I think it's a decent attempt too.
All right.
Decent attempt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun little novella. It doesn't take long, so we're doing the whole novella in one episode. So and then
Yeah,
we'll start
okay.
Tress the following week.
That'll
So,
be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleanser.
So palette
So-
cleanser.
I'll tell you
So
guys.
I mean, in this, and just a little preview, this book takes place on a world that has no other implications. Well, it does have implications for other Cosmere books, but doesn't have any implication. It's not a world that we've been to. It's not a world that appears in other
Okay.
Cosmere books. So it's kind of a standalone.
Got it.
But there's been
Cool.
another book that Brandon is working on that might take place on there too. So we'll see.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing next week.
All right.
Shadows.
So you need to read it till next week.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Homework.
I know. It's okay.
Homework.
I got that.
And then we'll start Tress. Tress in the
Yeah, I'm
Emerald Sea.
excited for that
Which
too.
that's gonna be fun. That's fun. It's a fun book. I really, really love Tress. So
Nice. I've heard only good things about Tress.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, the reviews are really good.
Everyone loves Tress. Tress is just
Reviews are amazing for Tress.
Yeah,
So
Tress is
I'm really thinking I'm going to enjoy this thing a lot
yeah.
just based on that.
Yeah. You get a little insight on a couple little Cosmere nuggets in there, but it's a good standalone book where you don't need to read it with anything else. I've known
Right,
people
and
that
that's the
read
thing
all-
I've heard is it's like a great standalone book. If you just want a good book by itself, easy read. I hear it's very accessible.
that
which
has
I'm-
slight implications, but yeah. And I
Okay.
guess I'll talk about it now, which is actually kind of cool because you can actually, it doesn't give any spoilers. I might share the link with you guys later. Brandon Sanderson, you know Mark Rober? He does like all the
Mark
crazy-
Rober, the NASA dude.
Yeah, the NASA guy. So
Yeah.
Brandon Sanderson did a YouTube video with Mark Rober about this book because that's where he had the idea for the magic system on this book. Because
How did I miss this?
when you take sand and you put air into it,
Oh no, I did
It
see
turns-
this. Okay.
it turns
I
into
did.
liquid.
Yes,
the
yes. The
entire-
liquid sand
The
episode.
liquid
yes.
sand. So
I have
the
seen
liquid sand
this,
episode
yes,
with
yes.
Brandon Sanderson's in that episode with Mark Rober, and it has everything to do
Okay.
with Tress in the Emerald Sea. So that's all I'm going to tell you. It's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
Cool.
So I have seen that episode, that YouTube video.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it didn't ruin anything, obviously, but
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't give any spoilers away. But
It
that's
doesn't
kind of
ruin anything, but it's like a
it's fun.
whole boiling
yeah.
sand.
Boiling
Yeah,
sand.
I've seen that episode with Mark
Nice.
Rober. Yeah.
We're gonna go party now.
Okay.
How
You guys can
dare
go
you.
party. But how we can be found before you do that is at thecosmereads.com website. You can find links to Discord and say hello to Tree, Alonda, myself, and Z. All there on a Discord server.
Angie, yeah.
And Z. Yeah, you can say.
Mom.
and
So good
Amis.
meeting you, Z.
Yeah, you can say hi to Amis there too. And a lot of people in our
Amis, yeah.
chat. So come join. Come talk.
Yeah.
And please
Uh,
thank Amis for joining.
Yeah.
I will.
Even
Yeah, please.
And
briefly.
bringing us food.
And bring us food.
And bringing
She's a-
food.
And bringing
100%.
food. Hooray. Yes.
100%.
We're
Yeah.
gonna go drink more wine probably.
Nice. Yep.
Do all
And-
the things. Enjoy your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
links there can be found for Patreon and merchandise, all that fun stuff. Like, subscribe. I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. So do all the fun
Yeah,
things
no
for the
worries.
algorithms. And
I know.
yeah. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Cosmere Reads.
God stay fresh. God stay fresh.